Hello, Mel. Good evening. Can you see the link? Hello, guys. Good evening. My name is Constance Chinemi Madusim. I am one of the leads of Hot Topic, and today I will be your host. So, right now, I am waiting for my co hostesses to join me so we can deliberate on today's topic, share our unpopular opinion. So, feel free to write down your contribution. We'll be reading the comments. So you guys are welcome. Thanks for joining. Mel, can you see the link? I just posted it. You guys are welcome. Uh, Hello, Mel. Are you there? Okay. I think you carry for head.
Uh,
Erika, you're a drama queen.
I'm waiting the drain my grain now. Make I know whether you gonna help me. I thought I saw mail here.
Yeah, just you come in soon.
Where are the others then? Oh my god.
Have you taken your drugs?
I've taken this one now. They said it will help it to. I mean, it will be taking the migraine off little, as in cooling it off actually. I mean, it will be taking.
I tried to connect the live with the Facebook stuff, but I could not do it. So
Did you pay?
I think I did not pay anything.
You can't connect now.
Yeah, yeah.
You only have
Hello,
to.
spice it up with Onwa dear. Greetings to you. How are
Hi,
you
Spicy.
doing? You're welcome. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for the thumbs up.
Thank you.
Actually, thank you so much. Thanks for the thumbs up. Yeah, my day is good. Like, so just there, school runs and other stuffs. But to thank God. Hello, good evening. You guys are welcome. Thanks for joining. Exabel writes, good evening. I don't know if Oyoyo, I've not seen her today. She's fine. Table. I could do press one thing today. What's on your head, Nikki?
Spicy, I'm having a very bad migraine. So I've been sick for like 3 days now. So today the migraine was so worse. Like, you see me, I'm not even sitting on my seat, I'm sitting on the bed. I definitely have to be here. So this is like it helps to cool the migraine a bit. So it's kind of cooling my head, kind of. Don't mind me. Stress don't finish me off. So I'll be fine though. I'll be fine. Where are our people? I don't want
He's
to
looking
share the
on her
live.
forehead is very funny, Sha.
Thank you. Is it?
The way he's looking on your head is funny.
They would say they don't break my head now.
Oh dear Lord, so sorry. Please get a good rest afterwards. Exactly.
Thank
Have
you.
rest. Have rest. Hmm?
We see the rest now. Go collect. Thank you, Spicy. Where are our people now? I don't want to share this live when we have not.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
She said we can start. Mel.
She said she thought it's nose mask.
Yeah,
Now there they wear nose mask
it looks
if for
somehow.
better. If for better. Oh. So, maybe Mel is at
So
background. She's saying start.
yeah, I think no, she's not here yet, but she starts. So like I said earlier, my name is Constance Chinema the same, and my channel name is Constance Space, as you can see, and also all my social media handles. So check me out if you don't have me. So I am one of the ladies of Hot Topic, and today I'll be your host for today. So feel free to share your opinion and thoughts with us. Let's rub mind together and see what's up about this topic itself. And today, I kind of find today's topic a bit interesting because it's kind of affected me a bit. So let's see what's on the table. So I'll allow Nikki to introduce herself while we wait for our other co-hostess. So Nikki, over to you. You can introduce yourself. And Mel is here.
Okay.
Hello,
Ah,
Mel.
I love this hair. Oh my god, it's looking so nice.
I'm so
So
sorry.
beautiful.
Madam was just screaming, okay? Kill it, kill it, kill it. So I had to, there was no way I could cover life. And, she was, I don't know what she saw, an insect or something. Like, pashi, pashi, pashi.
Yeah. Mel,
So
can
I
you
was
hear me?
dealing with kill it, kill it, kill it.
So you
Hello,
must.
Mel.
Hello, sorry.
Welcome,
I was
welcome.
early, but last minute the insect came and messed up everything.
The next thing they will see spider.
I tell
As
you.
in, all these abroad children, they can be so
As
dramatic. When they can't go Africa, can't go see those giant mosquitoes. I don't know what will happen.
I'm telling you.
I
So
was
today's
working
comment
here.
section will be full of Nikki. What's on your head? What's on your head? Now,
Right?
let me
Maybe
prepare
I was just
while
laughing.
the second here. She's
Exactly.
fine.
Me
She's
too. I thought
having
she
my
wore
brain.
face masks on her head. I was just laughing when Spicy said it. I was like, I was thinking the same thing
Mel,
too
I
before she
said I
said
was coming to
migraine.
Greece. Though. Did you hear me?
Ash,
I
eh?
said I'm coming to Greece for that week.
I
You
mean, too, I'm
understand?
coming for it though. I'm coming for it. I said it
Oh,
I
before.
this
beg you.
one.
Hold your low
this,
cut
this
restaurant
one is
side.
actually my the first wig I made when I was trying to make wig.
Aw,
So I made this one. It's not perfect,
nice.
so don't worry.
I'm coming
I will
for
make a
it. It's
better one for
nice.
you.
I beg you, I say I go write migraine here. Make una no season and nose mask, Joe.
Ah,
Nikki,
sorry.
introduce yourself.
I totally understand migraine.
Um,
Terrible. When I get that stuff, I don't even
Yeah.
feel look screen. Step. I don't know as it they look the
ah,
screen.
God,
I
God.
can't. I cannot lift up my head. I cannot look at bright screen. No noise.
It's the
It's
worst thing.
terrible.
It's the
It's
worst thing.
terrible.
Hello, everybody. My name is Nikki Somiogum. Anyways, well, yeah, it's my name because it's my name. all my social media handle have the same name as well. And I'm so sorry. I'm going to be. I will not be that Nikki that you used to know today because the person here is very weak, very weak, and no, this person here is very strong, very strong, and stronger than even the hosts. So it's still me. Okay, so welcome to our today's hot topic. I'm one of the ladies of hot topic, and today's topic, in as much as yes, definitely there is no way we don't have anything to discuss on it. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. All right, though.
Thank you so much, Nikki, for the introduction. You'll be fine. Like you said, you are stronger than me. Agreed. Okay, Mel, can you please
You
introduce
agree
yourself to us?
that.
Love is smarting. Hello, everyone. My name is Mel, aka Trending Gist with Octavia Cora, aka Mac Zakia's Fashion, aka Anna Hair Talk, and My Scary Africa. Okay, so I'm one of the ladies of Hot Topic, and today we have a very important topic to discuss because if it's not something that has happened to you, then you know one or two persons that has actually gone through this. So you might have an experience about this, or you've seen it happen to a neighbor, or so on. So please sit tight, buckle up. And I know you have one or two things to add also. So thank you so very much. Oh, yo, this interruption, eh? I don't even fit to my introduction again.
What did I
See
do?
here.
She just she
Joy.
blinked
Thank
in.
you all very much for joining.
What did I do? Please, Constant, I sincerely apologize. I was trying to log in, my computer powered down. I
Oh.
don't know. And what I know I've done so far is that I refuse to renew my antivirus. So I was like, did it crash? So I couldn't communicate on WhatsApp. And then I'm glad I'm back here. Trending
Welcome,
gist. You can see
welcome.
I'm wearing black, so I had to put the red lipstick.
Right as in the hair. It's in the mouth first. I saw even before the hair. I'm like, what?
She blinked in. She blinked in.
I
I'm telling you.
apologize. I apologize.
Thank you so much, Mel, for the introduction. So, since you are here, can you please introduce your beautiful self to us?
All right. Hi, viewers. Hello, everyone listening to us today. My name is. Give me 1 second, Constance. Let me see if I can stream live because people are loving you guys on my Facebook and they didn't hear my topic when I talked. They said, I like that one on low court. That one, yeah, she was really. I said, okay.
Nikki, eh?
It's me. It's The
Nikki,
one on low court.
the
It's
bad
me. It's
boss
me. It's
lady.
me. They like me. It's me. It's me.
Nikki, the troublemaker.
I'm here. I'm
Honestly.
here with some swag.
So let me
We
for
are
that
you
swag.
greeting you.
I'm
Oh
here
my
with some
God.
swag on my head. Imagine, I don't even know how to go live again. Now I'll be JJC for this again.
It happens sometimes.
Okay. So let me go live. Sorry, ladies.
Yes, Onwa dear, Oyoyo is looking so beautiful. Like she came to take over the
As in,
show.
eh?
She's
Oh,
out.
As in,
una
eh?
no deal.
Hey.
With this my fake red hair.
Like Joe, it's nice. You are first, so it's nice on you.
All right. All right. Sorry about the interruption and delay. Hello, everyone. Hello, viewers, and wherever you're watching us from. My names are Ifi Oyoyondoki. I am the co-founder, the CEO, the everything Boboish of Oyoyo's World. And I also have Oyoyo Sword on Facebook, Oyoyo Sword on YouTube, and as well as Oyoyo Ndoke's Kitchen, which is what a lot of people know me with. So you can also look me up as Oyoyo Fresh. If you want to get those fresh juices and you don't know how to combine your fruits and vegetables, please check me out. I'm your plug to tell you what and what to mix together to get the nice,
100%.
uh-huh. So, guys, don't mind me. I'm just blabbing. My name is Ifeoyo Yondoke, and I'm one of the ladies of Hot Topics. And today we have a very, very important one, which is also personal to me. Okay. Because you know what, guys, ladies and gentlemen, I am the widow's daughter.
So we'll be talking about widowhood and the plight of widows in our society. Join us in this amazing discussion. We want to hear, you're part of the story. We want to hear your opinion concerning today's topic. Thank you for being here. And if you're watching us from Facebook, do us well by sharing our Facebook also to your walls, to your Facebook walls, to your contact. Let others come and hear as well. Thank you guys for being here. We appreciate.
Thank you so much, Oyoyo, for the wonderful introduction. So, guys, you guys are welcome. Thanks for joining. Oyoyo, I would love you to start with the topic because Sister Nikki is having migraine and she's not here at the moment. So, we'll start from you.
No, I'm with you.
I'll talk last.
But let's start with Oyo, but I'm with you.
Nikki, are you okay?
I'm having migraine.
Have you taken something like Stidrin?
I've taken, in fact, oh yeah, I've been sick since on Monday.
Oh no.
So, in fact, I've been taking a whole lot of things. I'm even tired of taking. So this one now, they said is cool, cool, whatever, whatever.
Yeah, cool patch.
So that's what I'll put here now. But I'm okay. I'm streaming from my bed. So once we're done now, pursue then go sleep. Then Lisa will sleep.
I beg you, take care of yourself. All right, so our audience, we are talking about the plight of widowhood in Nigeria, in our society, not just Nigeria, Africa. Okay, we could say widowhood in Western world because, but we can't be talking about Western world because in one way or the other, they have a way of caring for the widows and things like that. So we are going to be driving this topic home back to Africa and a case in hand, Nigeria. So somebody will say, what do I mean? What do we mean by the plight of widows? Like one of my co-hosts said here, if you haven't experienced widowhood, you must have known one person or two that had experienced widowhood. I will say my mother is a widow, so I'm a product of that, and I'm a daughter of a widow. That's how I chose to call myself. What would that plight be? It's troubles, it's problems, it's situations, things they find themselves into without any reason whatsoever. It's not their fault that they became widow, it's not their making, it's not their choosing. Of course, nobody will want the husband or the wife to die early. Nobody. But it happened. And that's what I call when life happens to you, you have to know how to adjust. One of the plights I will say, number one is losing your husband. That is number one problem. And at the point of losing your husband, some people lose control because if you are so close to your husband, not only are you emotionally disturbed, you're financially incapacitated. When you think about the whole burden, the whole 9 years of widowhood, you wouldn't know where to start from because it's not something that gets you prepared. You don't go for courses on how to adjust when you become a widow. I've never seen any course like that. Then what happens? It's thrown at you. You are a widow. Without you desiring to be one, you have children. Like the case of my mother, she had 8 of us. And I guess the oldest at the time, maybe 12 or 13 or 14. And the youngest was just a year plus. So imagine a woman with her baby on hand losing a husband. So then the next thing will now be challenges. You would think people love you. Your brothers, your uncles, your husband's people, they love you. Whenever they see you and your husband, they praise the two of you. Oh, you guys are the best couple. I see, all lies. Because the moment that man is no longer there, everybody go wear and shoe they run. In fact, they will leave the shoes at your house and then disappear. Once the burial is over, all those friends and families, they are all gone. It takes very few to stick around. When I mean few, and the percentage of those that stick around, I don't know where to place it, but we know what the story is. So it becomes the plight. Is either they are dragging your husband's property with you, Or maybe if you're still a very young widow, they say, you don't have to remarry since you have a lot of children for us, that one of our brothers can marry you. You understand? Ndị Igbo na-akpị ya kuchie gị, ikuchi nwanyị. Okay? So that is another problem. They are not giving you choices to make. They are not even seeking for your opinion. They are telling you conditions of which you have to abide with if you are not wise enough, if you don't have support system that could stand with you to, navigate the road with you. Then when you says no, if you say no, that you don't want to marry the brother, somebody that, no, it's not happening. No, 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 especially our today's young ladies. Nobody will believe in that kind of proposal. Then you become what? A wicked one. The same brothers people will start calling you all kinds of names. They will slush shame you, call you all kinds of things that, this one, you don't want to marry, you want to start doing akuna. We have to be using some local words here so that because of YouTube, okay? So pardon us. That is another problem. You're still mourning your husband. Maybe he's still in the mortuary when all these things are happening, but you're already encountering problems. They're already telling you situations of things. Then eventually the man is buried. You find out that friends and family are no longer there for you. Mercy Chinwo said, friends and family abandoned me, but God, you showed up. That is the best definition of what a widow could be going through the first 1 or 2 months of losing her husband. That is when you see friends and family abandoning you. That one is not, because they will say, I got my own family. I have to take care of mine. I have school fees to pay. So at that point, you realize you're on your own, or you're on your own. That's purely
For your
where
state.
you have children to cater for. You have rent to pay for. And it's also very bad if the woman is not working. It becomes double jeopardy if the woman is not working. So how are those problems going to be encountered? First of all, in Igbo land, they will start by doing what? Shaving your hair, okay? Whether your hair, they reach your bottom or they reach your neck or whatever, is not necessary. You have to honor your husband by shaving the hair, which widows, they don't even contest because the hair is not more important than the person they lost. So you get your hair shaved. Thank you so much. You see?
Thank you so much.
God bless you, Lemuzo. God bless you. God bless you.
I do. In fact, I had to stop the talk, okay, to celebrate the money. Thank you so much.
Her hello is so loud.
Thank you. I really appreciate this. Thank you for cheering my girl up today.
Please.
So I was trying to give preambles of what the plights of widows could be. And it all depends on families. If you now happen to be the breadwinner, the husband is the breadwinner of that family, and then he passes on. Let's say he has fleet of cars, he has properties. That's when you realize if your name no day for those certificate of ownership, you have to start doing now. If you're a young woman listening to us, you have to start now to tell your husband, honey, you have to add my name. You have, even if it's a Chibike's name, let's add our son's name. You understand? You have to take ownership before situation happens. So if your name is not in any of those properties, the brothers to the man will come and tell you the Mercedes car is for the first son. The Jeep, I'm taking the Jeep. Okay, maybe we'll leave 404 for you. After all, it's just to be taking the children. Is our brother's property. You start hearing is our brother's property. Is our brother's property. And this is the same brother. Most of them were not even in talking terms because maybe they fell out of giving and giving and giving, and none of them is picking up to be responsible. But when the man passes, brother's property will be falling like breeze every angle. So that's a big problem that widows face. I'm not going to tabulate everything here because I have co-hosts as well. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, I am the widow's daughter. And in our midst today, we have a beautiful widow. So let me listen to our other hosts and we'll take it from there. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Oyoyo. That was a wonderful contribution. And there's something you said that kind of clicked my like, as in when you were talking to women that are listening to us in this time. You know, sometimes when you talk about these things, you be like, you tell them to get ready, like find something doing, like have something you are, have a job, like be industrious, like understand. They will not understand. They'll be like, God forbid, are you praying for my husband to die? Nobody is praying for their husbands to die, but make sure you are prepared. Don't be an oriako. Gone are the days when women are oriako. You understand? I don't know if some of us understand what's oriako. Like oriako is like relaxing and always waiting for the man to bring money home. And even if he stays at home, let me pay you monthly. Like make sure you have something you are doing. Like if you also say something, you say that this widowhood something. It's not like we have a course where you go to the university to learn how to become a widow. Like it's something that happens so suddenly. A moment whereby you are confused, you don't know how where to start from. Like you can't even think straight. So I'll allow Mel to share with us her own opinion. Then we move over to Sister Nick.
Nah, don't become sister. Abi. Hey, me don't run.
I said it is Spice said, okay, some will ask you if you want to kill him before his time. You know, we really need to have a proper understanding of all these things and how it works. Nobody is praying for anybody to die. You understand? Today I heard of one guy's death. I don't know, some of us might know him, Rico Suave. He was one of the Big Brother housemates, you understand? While he was in the house, the guy was cool. Like, from his personality, you could tell that this guy is just a good guy. I think he has a good heart. But today he's gone. So this is something we don't prepare for. We don't know when it will happen. You might be indoors. Let me stay at home so that I will not have an accident. Fire will come and catch in your house. You know, I can tell when it will happen. So just get yourself prepared. That's what we are saying here. Nikki, Nemos is talking to you.
What did she say?
Are you not
Nikki, are
feeling
you
well?
you're not
Oh
feeling
yeah,
well?
yeah, Nemos, I'm not feeling well, yes. But I'm getting better.
That
I'm
was
getting
because she
better.
shouted at me.
I never shout it with
So
my
you are the
eyes.
antidote, right?
Don't mind that. She contributed to the headache. Don't mind that. Oh,
Wow. Okay. So it's my turn. All right. So whenever I hear about things like this, or whenever anything about widows are discussed, I get fired up because I can actually remember things that I saw, people that I knew, and being a very young lady that at that age you just really don't know how evil the world is, and you're just living your free life as a young lady growing up. But then all of a sudden, someone in your community, he was very giving. If they say, community is doing this, he's contributing. If just anything at all, if you don't have, if he has, he gives you. So a well-known man, when he passed, the way his wife was treated, I could not understand it. I would ask myself, because you hear things like, uh, she might be a witch. Maybe she killed him. And I was thinking, she killed him and she's crying so much. All these kids, he was the breadwinner of the family. It didn't make sense, the kind of accusation and the way she was being treated. This is someone that they used to, sing praises or come December when everybody's coming home. When they arrive, you know that, come on now, if you want to get high, you're getting high. If you want food stuff, you want cash in your pocket, like the house, it's always almost like the king's house because he was wealthy and he didn't mind giving. His wife was being called all these beautiful names, hailing her in the community. And all of that. All of a sudden, she became a witch, overnight because the man passed. So for me, I was just wondering, I was like, what changed? Nobody was really, I really didn't ask anybody, but seeing things, I was just asking myself this question. I was like, how did we go from beautiful woman, good woman, to she's a witch, she said this, she said that, up to the extent where they didn't even have to eat?
Mm.
Only few people from the community that remembered when maybe the husband was good to them who contribute and buy foodstuffs for she and the kids. You know, I remember a point I had to even, my dad had bought bags of rice, beans, plantain, and all of that. And I went to the storage and I had to take some cup of rice, tin tomato, onion, and I went and gave it to this woman. And I was just wondering, seeing how the children would suffer, seeing the kind of clothes they wear. They were now staying in the village full time, when before they used to travel and then come back home for celebration or for any whatever, you know, whatever the case might be. But looking, if you're someone that you knew them then, to how they look now that the father was no longer, just made me to think, you know. And then fast forward to 1996, when my dad had a ghastly motor accident. It was he just woke up one morning and he was going to answer a call from his elder brother, and on East-West Road, those of you that know Port Harcourt to Bayelsa, on East-West Road, that's where it happened. And the 16-seater bus somersaulted 7 times from the road into the bushes, so almost everybody died. A few people that were not dead were badly injured. As the car was somersaulting, at one point, it flew my dad out from the window, and then the car landed on him. So when they went into the forest to pick up the dead bodies and people that they might take to the hospital might survive or not, they picked up everybody, but the only person they didn't see was my father, because the bus had landed on top of him. And he was unconscious. He wasn't moving. His leg was completely broken, like at the elbow. It was like this instead of like this. It was, you know, his head, everything scattered. So luckily, what happened was, at the bus station, the first bus he was supposed to enter, one passenger was left, and he saw someone he knew, and he came down and said, "Okay, you take this one. I'll take the next one." So her boss had left, and she saw the second bus he entered. But their driver, according to people that were in the other bus, was driving very fast and reckless. So he actually passed them, although this other bus left before, but he passed them on the way. So getting to middle of the road, they saw the accident. So she begged the driver to please stop, let me check. And he said, "What do you care?" And she lied and said, "My uncle is in that bus." And that's how she went in, and they checked around. They said they've rushed everybody, people that were still at the accident scene, they rushed everybody and all of that. So as she was going out, she kicked something and almost fell. That was just the toes of my dad. And she was like, "This is my uncle." And like, "How do you know of all the people that were here?" So she insisted, and they lifted, and by the time they took him, he was just brain and nothing, not like nothing. 7 days, no heartbeat, no nothing, and all of that. So everybody already, the message came that he was dead. Immediately, you could see, like, we're not talking about 24 hours of when this happened. We're just saying this accident had happened today. By evening, everybody's already sitting down, and the heat that they're already showering on my mom. And I was just thinking, I was like, is it that you people were praying for this man to die? Because everybody is still crying and so on and so forth. And it took him 7 days anyways. But already the family had already, and people that, you know, had already started putting heat. Let's bring him to bury him. My mother is saying, "No, let's leave him in the hospital. You're not going to tell us what we're going to do. We're going to take him. We're going to Port Harcourt right now. You're not going to tell us what we're going to do. We're bringing him home. We're going to bury him." Luckily, that year, one of the top doctors in UPTH Port Harcourt was from my side, so related to my father. And when they had brought him to the hospital, no heartbeat, no nothing. So they said, "Let's take him to the mortuary." And the man said, "No, I would rather put my medical license online. I'm going to use my brother as an experiment." So it was that man that actually kept him in a special room and said, "I'm going to, you know, give him some time to see." So when they were battling, the man also refused. So that was the only person that was not really that close relative. You know, this distant relative, family wanting one. That's what the man was. He was not a close direct, like a cousin, like a direct uncle or something. But the direct people were mounting pressure. So you can imagine if they had taken him before that, because it was on the seventh day that one line showed in that what they call this medical machine that shows the edison, that just one line just went take.
That's
So if they had taken him on maybe the fourth, yes, if maybe they had taken him on the fourth day, the fifth day, who knows if maybe he would have woken on the ground. But what would have been our fate? He's gone, he's gone. So for me, I was like, my father never bothered anybody. And you people don't even care to give him a chance. And this is the same person that raised your kids, because my dad didn't start having kids early. So all his family people, all our cousins are older than us. He paid people's school fees and all of that. So I was hoping that people would support. So he wasn't even dead. He got this kind of, we got this kind of heat. And we hearing all of you, not be women on a go marry, come out, like we were nothing, because one, we were women. And my mom doesn't have a say because she has just only one son, and my brother was still very young at that time. So comparing that woman's case and this just made me to think that the way our people treat women, because I don't know about men, okay, so I will speak for the one that I know. Women, I don't know how they treat the men. I don't think it's the same.
No.
Because a man can stand up for himself, and somehow our culture and tradition supports them more than it supports the woman. So I can speak for a woman. Fast forward to university days, there was also a woman that was going around our hostel begging. And I was like, what is going on? She like, if you're gonna get old clothes, make her give me, and this, and I was like, and one day I called her and I sat her, I said, tell me your story, what's going on? And by the time she narrated her story, how they kicked her out, took all her husband's property, she had nothing. And I had to tell her, anytime you pass by, if I have something, I will share with you. Whenever I go home to bring food stuff, I will keep some on the side. And I remember my mom will laugh and say, you're exactly like your father, because she will always say that to all of us. Oh, we always want to give if we have. So you people are exactly like your father. So I would tell the woman, and the woman would pass by, she would pray, and we're like, oh, God bless you, God bless you. But I was like, how can you take everything from a woman that has a child with your brother or your uncle or your family member? How do you sleep at night knowing fully well that those kids are not under your brother's roofs when he didn't borrow money from you or to build that house? Whether it's a mud house, I don't care. He didn't borrow money from you. I believe that's a portion of land that maybe if you people inherited from the family, he inherited that as you might have inherited your own. But then you people are able to come together and treat his family like this. But tomorrow, if those kids become something in the society, you will not come to take bride price from the female. You will not say, that senator, now my brother became. So I think our people need to sit back and think and understand that no woman prays that her husband should die, even if he's the worst person on earth. Nobody wants to pray that kind of prayer because they know what they're going to face, and nobody wants to raise their kids all by themselves. Not even a crazy woman would want that. So I think our people need to buckle up and understand that putting these people into consideration is also good. Like Oyoyo said, they shave your hair, not asking your opinion. Well, I'm not saying your hair is more important than your husband, but what happens to asking the woman, or the woman deciding, I want to do this? But what is the force of she needs to go through these rigorous processes? For what? Already she's going through a lot, losing her husband. I don't think that man is your brother. You're feeling as much pain as she that sleeps and wake up on the same bed with him every day. Let me hold it here so I can allow other hosts to also chip in their own opinion. I just get fired up. And
wow.
Igbo will say, Orimono.
That is wow.
Is it my turn to talk?
Yeah, Nikki, you should go
Yes,
ahead.
Nikki.
I don't know why.
Please.
I don't
Before
know why.
Nikki, sorry, Nikki, before you go ahead, Constance, can you please welcome? There are some people here. Okay.
Just
She's on mute, I guess.
you're on mute, Auntie.
Sorry. Hello, Josie. Welcome. Thanks for joining. I think we have Josie here. Yeah, Josie.
Yeah.
spice it up and onward. Yeah, thanks for your contributions. So Nikki,
So I wonder why. Actually, Costa, when you told I say Constance, when you told me about this topic, I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to say on the topic. Before you're not like, when the topic start going on, you will know what to say. So I'm kind of realizing that I actually have a lot to say because, okay, but first thing I want to say is this, yeah, women, we really need to start. I mean, we need to sit up these days. Whether you are Oriako, whether your husband is president of America or whatever your husband is, we need to sit up. When I mean sitting up, we need to think about ourselves, think about sometimes, like, imagine that man not being with you, what will happen to you? Because Mel told a story now about a lady that the husband was very rich, like you give money to people and all that. But when the man was no more, they started living like puppet. I don't know what to call it, but how do you weigh that kind of thing? Your husband was very well to do because he's no more. Then your kids can't even feed anymore to the extent of you taking food to them. How does that sound? So when that man had that kind of money, spending it and all that, what happened to you as a lady? Taking some, save it, invest, do whatever you want to do. He must not be aware of it. I'm not saying you should hide things from your husband, but sometimes have your own things in case if anything should happen. So see, all the, if I dey hear this kind of story, it's they pay me, they pay me well. Like, with everything you said here, with the pains and everything, that one was one thing that shocked me most because I'm like, your husband was well to do before. Why would you live that kind of life? Yes, sometimes things will happen. We don't see, even divorcees now, they don't know that it's going to happen. Nobody is going into any marriage. In as much as I know that some people can go into there and know that, yes, tomorrow I go plan my life, make a come out from this man house and all that. But at the end of the day, when you were going there in the first place, you were not like expecting anything to happen. You think it's going to be a forever thing. The same thing as those people that lost their husbands. And sometimes, when we talk about single moms and all that, I don't want to count widows to be the same as divorcees because they are not the same. Divorcees, you can still say, okay, their father is still somewhere. Sometimes their father can still be of help. So their father is still this one. That. But this one is that this person is going through pain. You're going through pain of the man not being there anymore, knowing fully well that you're not going to see that man again for life. Then you're going through pain of the family members putting pressure on you, trying to drag things with you, trying to drag even your
do you know?
sometimes
Do you know?
most most of them even drag children with them. You have to bring our kids back to us. I have a young widow, like a girl. This girl is just I don't know. This girl is just 23 to 24 years old. 23 to 24 years old. That's how old this girl is. I don't know why she got married so early, but she's the first child actually. But even if she had married early, the husband was still a very nice person because this guy was taking very, very, very good care of this girl. So we're not going to say, oh, it was a bad idea. Okay. This girl, she has two kids. Well, the last one, she said that she just gave birth to the last one before the man passed away. So you can imagine a girl of 20. Okay, let's say the man passed away when she was still 22 years old with a little baby in her hand. And then the best thing the family could do is to start putting, as in accusing her. And I mean just like you said, Mel, how do you accuse a woman? Even if some they use their hand come out, no wala, but seeing the relationship between those two people, and then all of a sudden something happens, then you start accusing this woman that she has a hand on what happened to the husband. Which okay, what this lady was now saying is this, yeah. Person on the talk side kill. How much does he have? How much does he have to think that I'll say, okay, I maybe I did it, just because I want to get those things that he has. Or let's say because he willed everything about him to me, and then I have to take him off this life so that I can have everything to myself. But this is somebody that is just living a normal life, having a happy family, and then something happened, you just blame it on the girl. To think that this man passed away, you still have the guts to take this kids and the woman out of the room. They will not sleep in the room, but they were sleeping in a store, in your house, with the cold, with the mosquito, everything. Their school, I mean, I don't understand. Hey, God, hey, hey, God, hey, I don't understand. But the only thing I can say is this: women, please, women, I'm talking to you, women, please. It's so bad, that if something should just happen like this, all of a sudden happen like this, you won't be able to take care of the kids that God has given to you. If your dimanu, if your oriaku, if your ori, whatever you're eating, whatever you like be eating, auntie, try to save, try to invest, try to plan for the future. Even if that man is going to be there for life, no problem, but continue planning for it. It matters a lot. It matters a lot. When I see men that spend on their wives, I like it. But women now, when the man is spending on you, all you're there to do is to showcase, wear designers, wear better Gucci, buy iPhone 14. Once it's out now, you just buy another. But when they just hit you like this, shishi no get for your pocket. When they tell you, auntie, what have you planned? I could remember a lady then in Germany. I know we're in a Western world, but then what if the route just changes tomorrow? Because once they say we are in Western world, we believe that the kids' future is bright. That is what we believe. What if all of a sudden something changes tomorrow? So this lady, yeah, you're getting a lot of money, however you're getting this money and all that. So one day I have to ask her a question: do you have a savings account for your kids? She said, savings qua. No. What savings account? What is she using savings account for? That is just her own that she have, that sometimes she just put like 20 pounds, 20 euros there or 30 euros there. This is someone that wears, I mean, if Brazilian hair should be coming out every week, she's wearing it. If any kind of bag is coming out, any kind of designer's bag is coming out every week, she's wearing it. But you don't have, in fact, as a matter of fact, you sounded like though you don't even know the meaning of savings for your kids. And to you now, the way this life is going now is how it's going to go in the next 5 years or in the next 10 years to come. You go see they get money, they buy Gucci, they buy Brazilian. I'm not saying if you have this money, you shouldn't buy it. Come on, wearing designers is so cool. I don't know if you get what I mean. Wearing designers is so cool. It's so fine. If you have the money, buy it. But that when you're buying it, do you have extra in case of tomorrow? In case if anything should happen, your husband is there. The man is spending on you. The man is giving you this money. What if nobody's praying for anything? But what if something happens? All of a sudden, maybe let's just say this man goes out there tomorrow. You just hear on the come on now. A friend of mine lost her husband. She was there. She has 4 kids. The man left. The next, she slept. She just woke up in the morning. She heard a knock on the door. 5 a.m. Police were there. What happened? We saw your husband on the road. He's no more. Did she plan for it? No, she didn't. And this is 2 couples that live so happily. They are living so well, so fine. At that point in time, if this lady should think back and be like, oh my God, even my account, I have only £5 there. My children don't even have any savings. Nothing. Where will you start from? Where will you start from? She did not plan it. Your husband said he's going out. You went to bed with your kids. You guys have finished eating. He just went out. You went to bed with your kids. The next morning, police knock on the door. That was the end of the man. You saw the man last just that night. So imagine if you have nothing. Just like Oyo said, in Western world, yeah, the widows are treated fairly because once they see, oh, the man is no longer there. In fact, as a matter of fact, they will cater for you more than any other person. We understand that. But let's still think about this. What if the law or the rule or whatever that guides that changes tomorrow? What will happen? So I'm putting this to all women. Whether if you feel like, even if you have seen the future of your husband, that your husband is living 100 years, he will live 100 years later in life. Still plan for yourself. Men are better. If men lose their wife today, nothing mega, they are okay. Because automatically they are the ones doing all those things you feel like those things you can't handle when they are no more. They are the ones doing it. So even if you're no more as a lady, life continues. Life continues. The kids will still be living fine. The only thing you'll be worried about now is the kind of woman that might come there to take care of the kids. But as for the kids living fine, as for the kids feeding fine, as for them dressing fine, as for them going to the best school, they will say, come on now. There is a lady that came to me recently. She said her 5 kids, whether she have 5 kids or so, that they've not been going to school since her husband passed away. I said, Auntie, when did your husband pass away? She said, almost a year now. 1 year. Your husband passed away. Your kids are still in school. Are not in school yet. They are still at home. Does a husband have a family? What about you? Do you have a family? She says she does, but the husband side, they are not even doing anything again. Blah blah blah. I know that those ones. I'm not going to even put them as family, because once the man is no more, I don't know what comes into them that all of them start misbehaving, like acting like mad. But that is where the issue comes in now, because if you have been planning yourself, even when this man was there, you can't be saying this now. Let's not use pity, and not know what to do. Those people are going through a lot, but let them help themselves. Don't be there, okay, because a widow. See, I will still say it tomorrow. You see, this lady, she's not watching me from my Facebook now. She's not here. Even I don't know if she's watching me here. Nancy Kennedy. Many people will know this lady. I will still talk about her till tomorrow. She's a young widow, the same age like us now, the same age like Constance here. Let me not talk about Constance. This is on another story. 5 children. 5 children. Nancy have 3. But you will never see her claiming a widow. Like, you never see her like acting like one. In as much as she knows what she's going through. You understand? Everybody should wake up. Ladies should wake up. We are not praying for your husband to die. And it pains so much that it's those men that are taking good care of their wives that will always pass away. I don't know why that thing is happening.
Nikki, I want to come into what you just said, okay? Most of those women, examples you gave so far, their husband weren't really doing well when he was alive. Because first of all, if the man had a business, you understand, or something doing, the woman could pick up from there. But most times, you find out that the man, you understand, he's still struggling. So there is actually nothing to lay hold on. Some of them might be Indian about also here, those that are selling from other people. You understand, there are a lot going on. And the major problem here is still boils down to family. Because even if the man is wealthy, like Trendy G's talked about, the family of the man, especially when there are no sons from the union, they are willing to take everything whatsoever that man
Well, we
has.
take what belongs to the man, but we didn't take what belongs to the woman, what she has invested for herself.
Even if the woman has her own investment, can you imagine the emotional?
They do. They do. They do. I've seen a case where the woman was very hardworking. So as her husband was grinding, she was grinding. Like, she was not looking at her husband's wealth. But when the man passed, they said whatever she has, she got it with their brother's money.
Yes.
So everything was taken, plus her own sweat. And
And
what can
that
you
is
do?
cultural, Nikki.
Well,
It's
yes, culture
cultural.
supports it. So, and
No.
I think the mistake she made, even I wouldn't even call it a mistake, because even if she would go to court, would she be able to fight his whole family? And some people, you know, that when they are married, they go in with this love thing that they might put both names in something that they
Yeah.
acquired.
Mhm.
Most women do that. So
Mhm.
how do you prove that you didn't get it with your husband's money? So it can go both ways. So you were
If
talking.
you if you put
Yeah.
if you put both names there,
Mhm.
okay, this husband families now, you have your properties,
Mhm.
and let's say a lawyer have the files, or maybe a lawyer is keeping it and all that. Unless maybe this lawyer is now like working hand in hand with your husband family or something like that. But how does those families get hold of those things?
Nikki, some 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 of these
You
family
will
you're saying
hand
that
it
they're saying,
over.
they would
You will
come.
be
No, Mel,
exactly.
Mel, you know what's happening now? Some wouldn't even come like they are coming to fight you. They will come like they are here to guide you.
Help
They
you.
are here to help you. They will be coming you like the way they will be so sugarcoating everything. You think
Nikki is
they
still
are,
surprised.
once everything enters their hand, sorry,
See,
they would want to now
let me tell you
be
guys,
in
ladies.
control of you.
Let me tell you, the first time I heard about, because I never looked at my mother as a widow. You understand? But all I know is that I can see the picture of my father, but there is no physical man. You understand? As a child, I didn't understand that. But the first time I heard about the plight of a widow was in my social studies class, SS1. The teacher came into the class. Hello, student. Hello, good afternoon, ma. You're welcome. You know, the normal greeting. So she said, today we all need to sit up. I went to all girls school. So everybody now sat up, you know. She's those fashionable teachers. When I mean fashionable, her husband was a millionaire at the time. Fashionable, we love her. She now came into the class. She was carrying her scarf, you know, this kind of scarf you push on. She removed the shawl and tied on her waist. Did you guys see what I did? We all said yes. She said, okay, fine. We are talking about family. And today we are discussing widowhood. That this is how you're going to tie your wrapper on the waist. Gone are the days you cry. Tell your mother that somebody says so. If your husband passes, gone are the days you'll be crying and they are stealing everything that belongs to your husband. That the moment the man is no longer breathing, carry wrapper, tie for waist, and get ready for work. She passed the message. When I go back home, I started asking my mother, wait, oh, are there challenges? Where what is going on? This is what our teacher said today. My mother had a good laugh. After laughing, do you know what my mother said? My mother said, Nne, that even as of now, SS1 will be around age 14, 13, 15, right? That's as of this age that some people are still coming to borrow money from her, a widow with 8 children. Mama Ngozi biko na ife abịakwanụ ka ama ma ya agbazinye anyị some obele ego ka e wee kwụọ si agbazinye unu ego. That's it, to borrow them, to lend them money. My mother said, no problem. I'll be heading to the village this weekend. Just get ready. Once I land, make you the call. You know that bedroom there, that's my husband's bedroom. Under the bed, there's suitcases. Just drag one, carry go your house. The money full up. That was the end of the reply. So you can understand, widowhood is not something you say, okay, you have already figured out when you don't know what is going to happen. Even if the woman has her own finances, her own money, her own thing, they will tell you, some cultures will tell you, you acquired it while married to our husband. Then, and also let us not forget that mentally, the woman is shattered, especially if you're in love with your husband. You're not even thinking about property. Your mind is not going there. You're thinking about, hey, my husband or my children, or how am I going to survive? But that is actually the time you start gathering everything together. If there are documents, like Nikki was asking, if there are documents and you know where you could keep safe, keep the document, that's the time you start looking for all of them. Not crying anymore. You've
That
cried.
is just the thing. That is
Have
just
all
the
the
thing.
documents. If they're asking you, madam, Anadine Enugu, where is the document? You say, I don't know where he keep things, though. If they ask you if the property in Lagos, I don't know where he keep things, though. but you have all of them. You are looking for what? A lawyer, and better still, a family lawyer. And if you're looking for that lawyer, look for a female lawyer, because they understand these stories better. So anybody hearing our voices, we are not just here talking stories. We are talking about facts. Facts. So this is no longer the time for you to be crying and cry for 7 days, 20 days. You're still, the moment is all over. Weep your weep, cry. Roll the tears. But as you finish crying and you want to go to the bathroom to wash your face, wash that face, go to the vault where you could keep safe documents. Gather all of them, A to Z.
I understand that some men, if they live today, their wives, I'm sorry to say, but in my own case, if the person I was with before was to leave, like let's say he live this life, if that man get millions, he get billions, I don't know. So those are the another issue that women have. They might have it, they wouldn't want to tell you. Which this kind of thing, I don't even call it marriage, because I don't know see, I'm not saying men shouldn't have their own private things, because the world is no longer as it used to be. Everybody now wants to have their own and then have the ones that we have. But if this person is hiding almost everything, every penny from you, I can't see that as marriage anymore. Because if anything should happen to this person today, number okay, when the Constance's husband passed away, Constance was able to handle this man's property, his business, because probably when he was alive, he has been taking her along to do the things, maybe show her how to do it and all that. It's more like a man preparing the wife for any kind of challenges that will come up tomorrow.
But Nikki, we would say, we don't know, but we would say that even if he was actually taking her, if she had bad in-laws, they could still come for those things. And she won't stand a chance.
Or more bad in-laws where they come for those things. Now,
Do you understand? They will come and they will take the shop. You wake up one morning, they've used 5 padlocks to lock your shop. And they're all standing outside the shop waiting for you. One day they beat you on top.
Is it that when we ask that nobody will listen, or what are we even talking about? If they come and fight you,
who are you reporting to? The red cap chiefs in the village that will support his family.
That's like that. Stay away from there.
No, Nikki, I don't understand.
Let me read down.
Calm down, Nikki. Be calm down.
Nemuza said,
I don't understand now.
If the women does have a good crazy personality, strong and powerful. Spice is saying some male lawyers are so wicked.
Yeah.
And Nemuza said that's the time to stay strong and be observant. Cry later. Then sorry.
Yeah, Uzo is right with that crazy one, because I remember the good boxing my mother gave my fathers, their last born. Till today, she's afraid. If everybody's talking, she stays at the back. Before, she's always in front. So when I first heard of these women that they call one bone, it's my mom. I was like, what does one bone mean? And they said that there are women that they fight like men. They are so strong. And if my mom hit you one time, if she knock your head, you're going to have headache for the rest of that week. So she was very aggressive. So they were really afraid. Like they will be screaming, but they cannot come into the house, because she goes in and takes his shot. Where's my father's shot? Get ready. And she tells them, come, let me show you that I'm a saltwater woman. You understand? So when she stands outside, she folds her hand for punch. She doesn't care who you are. She's going, if you like, be older than her husband. She's ready to beat you and tell you sorry later. You understand? So truly, the women that have that strong this thing, you can be talking, but you cannot gain access. Because I remember even because of how kind my father was, when they wanted to make one kind of borehole. First of all, when they did the first borehole, they did the whole community, because our house is at the outskirts. They didn't bring the water close. Second time, they wanted to put a big tank. They wanted to pass from right in front of our house. And my mother stood on the road and he said, I'm waiting for you people here. Bring that bulldozer and come and pass from my husband's land. And then I will let you know that we come from salt water, we don't tolerate nonsense. Because my father's side is fresh, we're freshwater people, but we're both riverine like river. But my mom is a conk. When you say Nembe woman, those very hefty ones, so if they carry their bobby take slap you, you go faint.
But
So
what
she
I'm
stood
asking
there
is,
and she stood strong for the community. This is not even my father's family, and they could not pass. But my father, because of his accident, he doesn't remember things until you remind him. So he had already, when they were telling him, he was like, okay. And immediately, my mother flew from the kitchen where she was cooking and came outside and challenged the community. That was when they backed and said, okay, we're going to figure out something else. So if I believe, truly, as Nemuzo said, if you're not that
so
bold to stand your ground, yeah,
so my
they're
question
gonna
my
step over your
question is
head.
my question is if
Yeah.
you have a court marriage with this man, I thought the purpose of that is for whatever that belongs to this man to also, I mean, for you to have rights over it, even if the man is
But
no
in
more.
those days, they don't used to do court marriage. No?
Exactly.
Yeah,
We are talking
that
about
was
now.
those. We're not
Yeah.
talking about those days now. Constance Matana not be those days. Constance is a Constance is a, this thing. Let's say people see people.
But
See
even now, it's a
a
thing
lot
of
of
choice
them.
now, Nikki. Not even now,
Nikki,
even in our
Nikki,
days,
wait,
not everybody
quiet.
does
The thing
court.
is,
Yeah. Go ahead.
even now, you will not feel like, so that they would not say you are dragging your, as in, you will not even know when you succumb and give them everything. Right in front of you, everything will be happening. I am telling
You
you,
will not
because
know.
sometimes at that point you're not even thinking straight.
Yeah.
That point, that point, you don't want trouble. Like, you be like, this is not my problem. You're not
Yeah.
thinking straight.
Yeah.
You are still trying to
Yeah.
figure out what you are going to do, how you're going to go about it. If you come, they are Chibuzo, where is it? It's there. It's there. By the time the burial is over, everybody is gone. That's when your brain is start resetting. By then, maybe they have taken over.
It's
They will
late.
now have to
Yeah.
subdue you to where they want you to be. Like, put you in control. It's either you adhere or listen to their instructions, then they'll leave you to suffer. Or you must obey whatever they are telling you to do. Or either follow this man, or maybe one of them that is very rich will want to be sleeping with you without you even having a say.
But my question again is this: when the thing was still going on, your head was not there and everything, and they collected it. Eh? Does it mean there is no way you can fight back to get what belongs to your
Okay.
But
husband?
with which money now,
Nikki,
Nikki?
you
Which money?
can
I think
go
I
to
should
court,
say
okay?
my
You
own
can
now.
go to
Let
court,
them
but let me say the issue here. Assuming that happened, that the property belongs to you and your husband, you can go to court. But let's remember, we are talking about Nigeria, okay? And you know what the court process is. We know what police process is. That court case might linger for 14 years. You're still dragging the property. The other day, I was on a live stream, you understand, talking about something similar to what we are discussing today. One girl jumped up. She was very upset. I think she was upset with me. She said, no, Oyoyo, your mother was lucky. She got a good family, that nobody troubled her. That my sister's case is still in the court. They are still dragging their Abuja property with her. And that first child now is 11 years old. And this happened 10 years ago. They are still in court. So are you going to wait until that court process because you're dragging the property? You have to move on. And the biggest challenge a widow gets is the initial stage. She's not bothered about property. Her mind is not talking about it. I give you guys a scenario where my social study teacher came. Enough of those tears. That is not the time to cry. We were too young. We couldn't understand what the woman talked about. So I took that home. I asked my mother questions. My mother was like, she laughed. She said, that your teacher is a good woman. Oh. That if anybody had spoken to her the way this woman taught us today in class, that her perception about things would have been different. I said, Mama, are you serious? Say, that we used to call the woman one lecturer. She's always very fancy. She drives different cars to school because her husband is wealthy. So the thing is, if a widow is lucky to have just two people that will hold her hands in that first process, that widow will have every reason to stand better. But whereby you don't have anybody holding your hand, you're there thinking about your 6 children, your 7 children, your 8, and then you're fighting the whole family. Some of them will run away with their children. Rather, let hunger kill them than face the family problem. The family feud is not something you want to dabble in. It's so difficult. When my father passed, according to my mother, my father's elder sister, one of the eldest elder sister, yeah, she just died a few years ago, at 98. So this woman came and told the Omada that we haven't even touched this discussion. No, we haven't talked about the Omada people. We are still talking about the family. The woman came and told the Omada that that they should leave my mother alone. She was like, okay, leave her alone. Okay. Then what do you mean leave her alone? That she has to still perform all the rites. She said, yeah, that they know. Then the next thing she was supposed to do what? Do the morning. At the time my father passed, my mother was sick when my father passed. So she was always going to see a particular specialist, a big doctor at the time. So the doctor now got the news that my father passed. So for that reason, my mother could not come for regular checkup. He kept quiet. The man is a very crazy medical doctor at the same time. Crazy in the sense that, those that schooled overseas, they understand things better, that life is precious, that the dead is already gone. So my mother started the morning process, the Iruju time. You're not supposed to leave that your house to go anywhere until certain time. Do you know this man drove all the way to my village? And then when he got to the village, he now told Omonna that I'm here to talk about my patient, that her husband paid for all the consultancy fee in full, as if he knew he was going to die, right? That the woman, my patient is not owing me. And if I don't see her on the next visit, I will use police and come and arrest everybody in this village. That's a stranger. But because he felt he has money, he has influence, you understand, he can use his money to hire police to come and arrest people in the village. Everybody hands
Because
up.
actually, that's health we're talking
Yeah,
about.
everybody hands up.
So
But it's not everybody. Some people will not. The doctor, he didn't come. He didn't come. Okay, fine. Or maybe that she's
uh-huh.
they rojo. You understand? They don't care. That's the issue of humanity we are talking about here. A woman that just lost her husband, and a woman that everything is her husband that does everything. You understand? That woman needs somebody to hold her hands. If she doesn't have that person, she's not thinking about property. But this is the time, like Nikki said, time has changed. Everyone listening to our voices should better wake up. It could happen to me, it could happen to anybody. There is nobody specified that, yeah, you must be widowed. No, accidents happen. My father died on a terrible motor accident. That's why when Mel was talking about the story, I was like, maybe if somebody had run at the time that accident, maybe my father could have been saved. That was what crossed my mind. You understand? So the thing is, we are not prepared for these things, but we have to start preparing ourselves in case of incasity. There was a lady that was the husband was ill, terminal sickness, a kidney problem. So I was one of the people that advised her, this is the time for you to start knowing all the properties your husband have, get to know everything. It's not this kind of people that be doing investment, they don't carry their wives along. You don't even know the land, where the land is situated. All you know that we bought a property. Hey, thank you, honey. Hey, you well done. But you don't have the document. You don't know where the document is. You don't know where the plot of land is. This woman now went home and sat the husband down to discuss it. Guess the man's reaction. So you're already praying that I will die. The man never took the woman to any place. That's the end of discussion till date. And this happened 5 years ago. Anyway, let me rest my case so far.
Let me read comments. Namuza said, my mother has a crazy side. They were and are still afraid of her. None of this happened. They could have tried, but trust me, they knew not to. Usually, they try it with women who are quiet and down on their luck. Um, Onwadia said some women whose husbands are alive are already facing hell. Talk more of when their husbands are no more. Greedy people. You are right, Onwadia. Sometimes they go by how the man treated the wife when he was alive. If he makes it clear that his wife is priority, they respect that. Honestly, Nemuzo, some of these people work with how a man parented his wife before he passed on. Men, learn to make your wife's priority and treat her well before your family. That's a good point. I also have a comment here talk about plight of widowhood in our society. If they pass through in our society, they pass through a lot of difficulty and trouble because to get a helper in this society now is very rare, even in the country at large. In fact, their lives always attract sadness, predicaments, and sorrows. So that's from Yusuf Christopher. So should I start talking now? You know, I am currently a widow, and my mom is a widow. You understand? So she was widowed before I became a widow. So I would say I learned from her experience. You understand? I would even say myself and my mom we have different personalities. My mom is this Baokomi side, like Ko Arise. You understand? And that was exactly what they took advantage of when my daddy died. You understand? Like as I'm talking to you now, my dad had only one brother when he was alive. Only one. He's in Germany now. He sent it to Germany 1998. Like that is his only brother. So, and while I was growing up, we are going to school, my dad sent us to university. They bought a land in Lagos, built a house. You know, when you are saying, can you make say here with man, that kind of stuff. So, as I'm talking to you now, we currently do not have a house in Lagos. You understand? Because then, after my dad died, they called my mom, where is that paper? We want to go to this thing and change some certain things. She back me gave the book, the documents out. And after she gave the documents out, they now said that they want to get us a flat where we close to as in that was the technique they used. And when we refused, everything became like we are stubborn and everything. And I'm talking to you now, none of the family members is taking care of me or my siblings. That was before I got married, after my dad died. You understand? So when before my husband died, you understand, I would say I was going to his shop, we were managing our place and all that, you understand? So before he died, when Oye was talking about when the woman dies, they call her witch or accuse her of killing her husband, you understand? Before my husband died, he was about traveling to Nigeria for the treatment. Then my second son came and said that I shouldn't allow daddy to travel, that when he travels, that he will not have a father again. You know, at that point when he said that, I was scared. So my husband asked me what he said, and I said nothing. But if I had tried to stop him from traveling, and maybe he eventually died there, they will say, the family member will say, after all, we wanted him to come home. You refused. Now he's dead. You killed him. You understand? So because they were the one asking him to come home for a better treatment, of which that never happened, he now died. He never came back. You understand? And at that point when he died, like I told you guys earlier, you can't even think straight. You all you keep thinking is, where are you going to start from? You know, when my dad died, my mom lost her shop because then my dad was very sick. So I would say almost all he had entered into his sickness. So it was left with little or nothing. So in that process, my mom lost her shop, her packing shop. Like we lost our house too. You understand? So I was, should I say, I learned from my mom's mistake. You understand? You know, then, like I told you, some of them would appear to be good to you or appear like they want to help you. You understand? Of which some might be genuine, but you have to be very, very calculative and intelligent to outsmart those who think they are smart. You understand? You know, when my husband died, we went to the village after the burial. They were having meeting. They were all having meetings, some meetings behind me, you understand? Of which I already know what I want to do or what I want, you understand? But then again, you shouldn't come out straight and tell them this is what you want to do. You all you keep. I heard somebody saying something one day that the only medicine to anything is yes. That if you say no, argument will start. Just say yes, but then again, do what you want to do. Understand? So all I did then was like agree, like I wasn't having a problem. But deep inside of me, I know what I wanted. You understand? So after the burial, they called me for a meeting, of which they already had their own meeting. That they would suggest I keep the children here in Nigeria. I should go back to Senegal and sell off things stuff and come back and relocate myself to Nigeria. Of which wasn't the bad idea, of which was a good suggestion. You understand? But then again, I
Which
told them that
how is
okay,
it a good suggestion?
what do you want me to say? I'm just telling you that it's a good
It's not a
suggestion.
good
This
it's not a good suggestion. It's not even
So
one bit
I told
of a
them that
suggestion.
when you are living in a house and you want to relocate to another house, it takes who the hell is this? It takes it takes time for you to relocate your stuff from this house to the other house. So talk more of me relocating from one country to the other. That I will have to go back to Senegal with my children because already we have a return ticket, and also I already registered them in school before we came down for the burial. So that I should be given a year to go back to Senegal. If I am not able to stand on my feet, maybe take care of myself, then we can now think of the second option. That was only what I said in the meeting. Like I didn't try to like do being a loggerhead with them or try to ask smart or try to make it do as if I have I know it all. This was what I told them. You understand? Where some of them was like, okay, anyway, that what my husband has now is enough to train his children. I was like, really? And I said, okay. And I came down to Senegal. You know, this widow that I'm saying I'm talking about now is something that, like what you were saying, it's not something you go to school. It happens suddenly. And at that point, you can't even think straight. And when we talk about plight of a widow, do you know, no matter how bad someone treats me now, or no matter evil any woman does to me now, you understand? For the sake of her children, I would never wish her to become a widow because this parent condition is something. It's not the word. When I say it's not easy, it's in capital letter. You understand? When my husband died, self like or like Nemuzo said, you shouldn't cry. Cry later. I wasn't cry. I cried while I was in Dakar, but I didn't even cry like that because people were here. You know, when something happens to you, people come to see you at the most difficult time, or as in to laugh at you inside of them. But I was strong. I didn't even cry like that when he died. So when I got to the village now for the burial, even on the day he was buried, you know, some women when they are pouring sand, like the final goodbye, they want to kill themselves so that people will be holding you. I wasn't doing that. I didn't cry. Like I was making sure that everything that happens, I am like my senses are intact. And most especially, I was being very careful about my children because at the end of the day, this is all I have left. I was careful what they eat, who they go to, who touches them, and everything. I was extremely observant. Later on, what I heard was one of my co-wives said that I am not even crying like somebody her husband died. That I was supposed to be crying. So I was supposed to go to his grave, near his grave, and be crying. That was what I heard. That's like, even at that, I wouldn't even wish her husband to die because they have children. You understand? So when you are a widow, people see you. I don't know. Even those family members you think are your friends, those that are close to you. Like I know of one that I sacrificed a lot for. Even when I was going, like I was going for my husband's burial, and I didn't even go with any of my clothes because I felt like I was going to wear white all through. You understand? So I have to take so many things back to Nigeria with my kilo because we had kg. I felt like if I leave it, it was going to waste. I had to pack so many things that she needed down to Nigeria for her. You can't believe that till date, like the level she gave to me, like I was like, even you too. That's how it is. Even those you think they'll lick your feet, you guys are too close. When it happens to you, babes, as in you are on your own. You understand? They will be like that, as in everybody will be like, as in they want you to come down to what they want. I don't know how will I even put it self. Because me at my own during my own time, like I was very smart. You understand? Until date, you can't even tell what I have in mind. Because if you're talking, I'll just be looking at you and we agree. But I already know what I want to do. And I already know what is best for me. You understand? So when my husband died now, what I heard was they said that I was told to stay in Nigeria and I refused and I carried my children and I went back to Senegal. That they meaning that they wanted to help me and I refused. But what I told you earlier was what I said in the meeting. Later on, I heard that they said they wanted to open a fast food, a restaurant for me in Nigeria, and I refused. I went back to Senegal. Then when the person was saying that, I was like, this thing you are saying now, that this is the first time I'm hearing it. Like I had to even swear with my life. That this thing you're saying now, I am just hearing it. If such thing was discussed in my presence, probably I refused, or even if I had rumor of such discussion, I was okay, let me prepare for the discussion. But such thing never happened. That I am hearing it for the first time, like now. But you see, this thing since I was said just because they want people to believe like that they want to help me, but I refused help. Of which that wasn't the case. Them saying that they said they were going to open a restaurant for me. Such discussion never happened. Talking of maybe having a meeting and I refused. I thought this you're saying now, I'm just hearing it for the first time. I was like, now that you're saying it, I'm hearing it for the first time. So them assuming that maybe they were trying to help me and I refused. Such thing never happened. So at the end of the day, recently what even happened like 3 days ago, I went to the market. I was buying something from a Nigerian woman. So the Senegalese woman staying beside her was like, look at this woman, no, that she's looking so fine. That she doesn't look like a widow or someone her husband died. The woman asked, no, that she's trying very well. She now said, but that she's happy. Oh. Look at what Igbo women said to her. Like our Nigerian women went to a Senegalese that doesn't even know me. All she knows that she sees me in market. That maybe probably when I passed, they now started discussing about me. Now that my husband died, that I'm going to say something. That I used to think that I am no face rumuni. How will I even say it in English? I used to think I'm something. That now that my husband died, that I'm going to suffer. That was what Nigerian women were saying to a Senegalese woman that doesn't know me. Oh. You understand? So she was not saying to the woman, no, that she's strange. She was like, no, that looking at me, that I'm not looking like a woman that her husband died. So if my fellow women could wish me that, okay, because my husband is dead, that I am going to suffer. You understand? That now that I am going to see what I did to myself. Like I was now wondering, like, okay, did I ever wish for my husband to die? But at the end of the day, I will still not wish for the husband to die because it's not really an easy should I say situation or honored. So that's a yeah. So when it comes to widowhood or plight of widowhood, like it's something I would never wish anybody. For recently, I had this lady. I don't know if you guys know her. You know her now. Uju Space. You guys know Uju Space? Can you hear me? She's a widow now. She stays in Senegal. But when her husband died, she had to relocate to Nigeria. I was talking to Nikki one of the days. Nikki was asking me, but why did she go back to Nigeria? I told Nikki, you think if your husband die, it's easy to like stay back or be able to take care of yourself and the children. That it takes a lot to be able to stand on your feet. Most especially when you don't have anybody to help you, or most especially when family members turn their backs on you. Family members, friends from A to Z. Even those that when you come back home, they will hug you, you think they are your friend. Everybody will just find their lane. That is when you know you are on your lane. So even that time her husband died, I went to see her because at the end of the day, it wasn't easy. And when my husband died, my last baby was just 8 months old now. Yeah, he was just 8 months old. But her last baby was, I think, a year and 2 months old before they now went back to Nigeria. I heard that recently story of motherhood helped in contribute money for her. It's not easy to be a widow. Sometimes I'll be like, as in people will be like, okay, she has a car. You understand? I was telling somebody one day that even if I'm driving a Range Rover, even if I have a house, it's never enough. Especially when children are involved. No matter what a widow has, it's never enough. And again, whoever wants to help will help. You understand? Some people be like, after all, okay, as in she's able to pay her house and she's driving a car. So what am I giving her? I have a woman in this building. She stays in third floor. She's from Cote d'Ivoire. I don't know her before. She's just a neighbor that packed in before my husband died. I think the daughter is in France. She doesn't have a bike. She doesn't have a car. But this woman all the time brings me, whenever she goes to market, she brings me fish, tomatoes, onion. Every festive, she brings money for my children. If she wants, she'll be like, After all, I work with leg, but she drives the car." You understand? So whoever that wants to give you that
All right, I think her system is hanging, so she's gonna come back on. But we have to continue until she gets back on. Constance, can you
can you
hear
hear
us?
me?
Okay, she's
Yeah, I can
back now.
hear you.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
So the woman is from Cote d'Ivoire. Like the things she brings to me, like sometimes I even ask, like, what have I done to deserve such kindness from her? When those Igbo brothers, friends are there, all they wait for is for you to bring a bowl of plates to beg them for food. Then they will know that you are truly suffering. Then they will not give you the thing that what else they want to give to you with condition. You understand? So when it comes to widowhood, hey, I am a perfect example. Like I experienced it all till date as I'm talking to you. So let me stop here for now.
Constance, well done, well done. So, ladies and gentlemen, anybody hearing our voices, you've heard firsthand from a widow. Constance is a very young lady, a very young, hard-working lady. Please, when you talk about Constance, make sure you attach hardworking beside the name. She's a very strong, hardworking lady with 5 beautiful children. Like we talked about before, and she made mention of it. Widowhood is not easy. Widowhood is not a day thing. Widowhood is for the rest of that person's life until if that person decides to remarry, and then that ends that widowhood. So, and there is never a time that is enough. You say help is enough. No. Look at recently on YT here, Choice TV gathered her friends to talk about Uju Space. Constance knows Uju Space very well on one because when her husband passed, they spoke. They lived in the same city before Uju moved back to Nigeria. Uju, according to her, had asked people to help, even on YT Street. But I'm not sure if she got the help she needed. But one person, a Yoruba woman by channel name Bola's Diary, picked up with UJ Space and then tried to champion the cause, was helping, giving her widow's mite, trying to like see how she could help. Consistently been with Uju for over a year. Then she now said, why not talk to this person? Talk to this person. Okay, you know what? I'm going to bring your case before Choice TV. That was how they brought the case on Choice TV. And there in, there out, 1.6 million naira was raised for this woman. She is a widow. She lives in Onitsha with her friend that is about to get married this December. She is squatting with her friend with her 3 children. It's not easy. If you have anything to share with a widow, don't wait until your bag is full. It can be 10,000 naira. It can be 20. You don't know how far that 10,000 naira can go. She might have a need that is just 10,000 naira that can meet that need. And you have solved that particular need. So we can't talk about it enough. It's not easy. I know what people go through when there are two people in the issue. I mean, husband and wife taking care of children. How much more when it's one person? When it's one person catering from rent to hospital, we can't forget. We must always put hospital there because the kids will fall sick. Even the woman can fall sick. Hospital bills, school, feeding, clothing, and the emotional trauma is even huge. In the overseas, in the US, for example, if an accident happened and then your insurance is trying to like claim the damage on the car, maybe your car worth $72,000, insurance will pay $72,000, but the emotional damage might worth 150,000 because trauma is not something that you heal overnight. The loneliness, the depression, the anxiety, and everything that can come in between, they don't have prices attached to those things. A widow's plight does not have a price tag. It doesn't. You can't say, okay, if you give the person 5 million, you solve all her problems. No. How about the lonely nights? How about the weeping and wetting the pillows? How about somebody to share the growth of the children? The hey, our daughter did so well at school today. Somebody to laugh and rejoice and celebrate the children. So no matter what it is, no matter what you have, look around your neighborhood. Check who is within your circle. If there is a widow there, if you have a little, give. Constance made mention about is it another African woman that was consistently bringing things to her to the point that she started asking herself, what have I done to deserve this kind of love? What have I done? But rather, the Nigerian women in the market, they were busy castigating her, running her down. That now that the husband is there, we're gonna let's see now set go.
That
Why?
is jealous now. They have been jealous of her all from onset, like even when the husband was alive. You understand? So that's just what I see with all those women. Say your husband no they give you, no mean say if another man husband they give him, you can't be jealous. And so this has been like jealousy. So to them now that he's no more, let's see if you will start. Because when the guy was alive now, we know Constance now. We know as the girl they pop up things like in as much as it's still like that till today. So it's just jealousy. So may they no worry. Nobody's praying for anybody's husband to die. You.
You think it's gonna end? It's even easier for Constance because she's far away, somehow far away
Yeah.
from their
Yeah.
eyes. When my mother was raising us, we didn't go to the village for a very long time. She stopped, sending us for Christmases, back home. We'll not go for Christmas. You know what she said? She said she has 8 children. At some point, was my big ones, they were already in secondary school. The 4 other ones were in primary school. So every year, every term, she's paying school fees. And then some of them, the big ones, they were all boarded. They were in boarding school. It's the last ones that did not go to boarding school. So imagine you're paying school fees for boarding school. And it's not that you just put your children in any kind of school because they were already programmed. Actually, when my father passed was when my one of my sister got admission to Federal Government Girls College in Benin. So all my mother could my mother, I remember those days, if they go for visiting, school visiting, she's the only one coming by herself. And you know what, Nigeria situation, they all did the oppress your neighbor. It didn't start today. It has always been there. So this widow will carry her cooler of jollof rice and everything and land federal government Benin. Come and see other people with their mother, their father, they will be throwing party. But she does what? Brings what she can. You understand? And then she was doing it alone. And it did not end there. Then the village people were expecting her that every Christmas we must come home. Every Easter we must return home. It got to a point she said, no, it's not happening anymore. She goes home when she can. And for many years, we did not go for Christmas. For many years. So by the time we returned home, I think I was about 18 when we went back home. Then they could not, they did not remember our names. They were calling me in the name of my elder sister, calling my elder sister my name and all of that. But within that, over 10 years that we did not go for Christmases, do you know the kind of gossip it was? That she has refused to bring the children home. There was nothing unspeakable they did not say. My mother tried to explain to these women that, see, January is the most difficult period in Nigeria for those that have children. After Christmas spending, your kids have to go back to school and you have tuition to pay. That she can't do all of those coming to squash the money. Then January she'll be looking at the ceiling for tuition. That she would rather do a small Christmas with her family in the city so she can afford to pay tuition. But nobody gives tuition to you, and they will still determine how you live your life as a widow. It was easier for my mom because her husband was well respected. And he was very young as well. I think my father died maybe when he was either 42 or 45 or thereabout. So people were very upset. The homeowners were angry that they lost a son. You understand? So they were pained. And I think that was what made it a little easier. But even after the whole funeral and everything, they were still asking, why are you not bringing the children home? They were still talking a lot of things. People were still asking her for money, even when they know very well that that source of income is no longer there, that this woman is struggling to make ends meet. Part of the business my father was running, my mother did not have any clue about the business. Did those ones die? The next minute, the business died. That's the problem, Igbo people. We Igbo people, we have that problem. So proprietorship. If you have a business, carry your wife along, teach her the ropes, so that that business name will continue. There was somebody on social media, on Facebook, that wrote on Facebook that Igbo succession in business for an Igbo man is still, in fact, they've not even started talking about it because the man dies and the business collapses. We should learn
Yeah.
from others.
But I think the Igbos, they have this, it's almost like a traditional where a person with the business has a whole lot of boys that works, kind of train under him. After some years, they get settled. So doesn't that make it easy if someone's husband is running such a business and you know that he's nurtured some boys? Can they put the wife through when the man is no longer there, at least for a start?
See, if the boys, if they're still living with the man at the point the man died, they will all find their footing. The widow cannot cater for, let's say you have 4 boys. She's thinking
Yeah.
about how to feed her own children. So she can't have that extra boys. But if he's a very smart woman who can stand on her feet, yes, she can. But guess what? Those boys might not be willing to teach you. It's still your husband's responsibility because they see you as a competitor.
Yeah.
They want to be settled, and you might not have money to settle them. And if you don't, most of them will even leave. Madam, we understand the way things they now. Since Oga don't go, we know our settlements no go work anymore. You understand? So that's another burden on his own. It's another trouble. So the thing is that women should get involved. If this is your business, okay, let the person know I'm owing this person. This person is owing me. Because a lot of people lose money once they die. Nobody will collect the
True.
money from people that are owing them. Put everything in the record. Let your wife know. And Mr. B borrowed, I lent 10 million to Mr. B. This is the address. This is the phone number. This is that. Let your wife in the know.
Sometimes when it comes to plight of widowhood, this one of the plights is this business stuff, like knowing the business. Then two is family members. Are they with you or against you, or are they there for you, or are they looking for a way to bring you down? You understand? When my husband died, I was supposed to travel down to Nigeria for the burial. Going through Senegal airport, like they said then now that that I'll be needing consent letter with a proof of my husband's death certificate. You mean for me to be able to go pass through the airport with my children, you understand, to prove that he is dead. You understand? So then they had to send a copy of the death certificate through email for me. I had to print it out, then go to the police for the consent letter, of which I now had a copy of my own. But do you know then, one of the family members then came and then they wrote letter. The heading of the letter was "Nous de famille," that is in French. In English, "We the family members are here to permit her." You understand? They were already about to take charge, like you should be under their control. Understand? So I already have the one I want to travel with. But then at that point, if you're not smart, you just have to follow along, but know what you want to do and know what you want. You understand? So I now followed to the police station where we are going to that later now. Senegal, they are colonized by France, so they are somehow intelligent. You understand? So when we got to the station now, the woman there now saw the letter with the family members. She said, who lost the husband? I said, me. And I said, you, hey, go back, go at the back of that place, get a paper, get the man to there to write a letter for you, then you bring right. This is taking my children. You understand? From that point, body got they sweet me first. Like, she was she was very angry. Like, why should you guys be the one to permit her to take her own children? You understand? She said I should go there and tell them to write, I, Constantine, wants to travel with my children. Even when I already had one with me. But that one we happen right in front of them. Sweet me. Like, this is my children. I give it to them with my husband. And now he's dead. You think you can now be the one to control my life? You understand? So when she now said that, and I went to write the letter, I gave it to her. She signed. You can imagine the embarrassment. We all went home. Is it me? Not me do that one now. You understand? So you being able to withstand that intimidation is another thing on its own. Sometimes you are handicapped. I am telling you. If I will tell you till tomorrow that I am smart. If I wasn't smart, I don't know what could have become of me and my children till date. And the worst is, do you know, when my sister came here last year to join me, where I found job for her. So when I brought her to where she was working now, they saw me, they were like, is she your sister? The husband of the lady don't know me before. But do you know what she used in describing me? Is it that woman that her husband died? She hid all the money in the bank and she used it to buy food for her children.
Constance,
Can you hear me?
yeah, we can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. What he used in describing me was that woman that hid her husband's money after they have buried her husband for her. She now brought back the money to eat. Now me, I call ask that money where I go hide while they eat. It never still finish till date. That was what the man used in describing me.
Try.
You understand? So now that was the impression he got. Of which I know when my husband was sick, I know the struggle and what happened after he died, what was left. You understand? But it was tagged that, okay, because now at the end of the day, I am managing the shop. Not that the shop is Dangote Industries. I'll say it's branches and all that. The money is plenty there. I know the things I do to make sure I survive and take care of myself and my children. But at the end of the day, it's also one of the plights that it's very annoying when it's also tagged on a man. I know of one man that has given advices at me like using corner, you understand? Of which I am very, very smart. Even before you start talking, I already know where you are going to. So, but because I don't want to lose that respect for you, I just blend. I'll just use laugh and laughing it away. So I won't even allow you to say that you want to say. So because he was giving me green lights, I wasn't paying attention. The next thing I heard he said to somebody was that I must have an old man by my side that is taking care of me. That it's not easy to stay in Senegal and take care of 5 children.
Wow.
You understand? So when whoever
God's
that's not a
time.
widow will not
God's
understand.
time. But you have an old man by your side, don't you?
My
Is
sister,
God
if
our
you have one, this
is God your mate? God na your mate. I be God na their mate. Eh now, come on. You have an old man by your side. So
oh
when they
God,
say that you
no,
should accept secretly.
it's not easy. It's not easy. You understand? And the worst is if you have people that your husband were helping while he was alive, like people he was coming through for, and that now he's gone. All of them, they all gave their distance. It's actually very painful though. No matter how you want
Yeah.
to be like, I don't care. Yeah, it's painful
Very.
because you be like, if they were in my shoes, I know what my husband would have been doing for them. Because my husband, even when I was like, even with the little he had, I know what he was doing. Talking of maybe if he was having enough and he sees you as a widow with 5 children. You
But
understand?
Constance,
So
do you know
whoever
what I
who's
think? Constance, do you know what I think? I think our
no,
people they like pity. It's until you wear this garment of
yeah,
kindness,
exactly. Living
that's
in
when they
self
will now
pity, like folding your
say,
hands, you are
but
dying. You know
but
that my
because you're
body.
you're still glowing, and they say, oh, the man keep money somewhere.
They
But
said it now to a legalist woman that I used to think I am something, that I know literally now that my husband is dead, that I am going to suffer. They said it to their mouth. I say, okay, from your mouth to God's ear. You
yes,
understand?
Wham.
These women were women that when they buy all those 40,000, 50,000 clothes, I'll still go and buy my Okega 2,000 and look finer. I know I'm beautiful. I know I have a good personality. And the problem is when you wear that clothes and it gets too fitting, since they pay them for body. You understand? So they now feel like they feel intimidated. And I am educated. I am not even anywhere their level. So they can't expect me to send consent so low to their level. I wasn't brought up by a lazy woman. My mom was hardworking. Like she was practically one of as in when my dad would just give us money for school fees. But my mom will buy our provisions, do everything. So she trained me to be hardworking. So I can't just come and sit down, fold my hands, and wait for you to give me. What if you don't give me? Or even if the so-called man they think is now the one taking care of me, how much the man won't give you? Okay, how much the man get to you won't even give yourself? That will be enough. They don't think with their head, they think from their anus. You understand? So because I am not coming to beg, they are all amazed. Like they keep wondering, snooping their nose to know like maybe what else is she doing that like Senegal is expensive now. You pay everything monthly. So because they don't even know what is going on. I say, how will you know what is going on? Even when me self, I don't even know what is going on. How you want to know? God is not their mate, Okoniki.
Hallelujah.
You
Hallelujah. I
understand?
like that. God is not their mate. So I learned that one today from Nikki. Nikki said, God is the old man that I be God be your mate. Constance, you are an example to a lot of young women out there. And to any widow, a young widow that is watching this video, that I believe today this video will teach that person that you have to believe in yourself, you have to carry on, you have to be strong, you have to get your thinking cap ready just from the moment you hear that the man is gone. Put on your thinking cap because nobody's gonna be there for you but you for your children and for your own very self. We really appreciate you here, and we haven't exhausted this topic, honestly. We are still going to be talking about it. Like I said before, if you have anything to help a widow, look around you. If you find any widow around you, chip in. It could be small amount. Don't say after all she looks very flashy. She doesn't need anything. She needs something. Oh, few days were her birthday, and for all of you who are listening and were hearing my voice from Facebook, few days ago you can give her stars. I believe her channel can take stars now. That is a way to support Constant. She kept on giving to you guys. I go to her page all the time. She's giving recharge cards. She's doing that even from her widow's mite. That is what is called widow's mite. She's still giving. This is the time. If she cannot accept stars on Facebook, please give stars on Nikki's channel and tell Nikki this is for Constance. There is always a way to show love. Don't stop. You say Constance look flashy. My mother's no Nemado wa George. Nana has such a pocket. Okay. Look your best. Nobody's going to harass you. Say, oh, yeah, come. Let's see if you have those thousands. Nobody's going to search your pocket and know how you look. So anybody hearing our voices today, our beautiful lady here, Constance, is a strong woman that has refused to be defined as a widow in as much as she's one.
With 5 children, can't they say make I born 5 children
I
so that
tell
you
you,
help me train them?
5 children
You help
and
me
they
train
are
them.
still in school.
Three
They
they
have
come on
not.
my rapper. They tell make I born 5.
So we are saying here, thank you so much for anybody. Thank you for watching, Joe. Please share on your own community. This will encourage our young women out there. Let them go to Constant Space on Facebook and watch this video and learn something. Learn something from this young woman. She is an inspiration for me, and I'm older than her. She's my baby sister. That's how I refer her, younger sister. But she is a daily inspiration for me. So if Constance can do it, women out there, you can. You can stand on your feet and navigate this course called widowhood.
Thank you so much, Oyoyo. Like I said, when Nikki was saying we should have something doing, like we shouldn't be lazy. To me also, I also feel like this is something we don't plan, you understand? But when it comes, make sure you apply wisdom, make sure you are smart, make sure you plan on how to manage yourself, you understand? Like to me, I just feel like personally, when it happened to me, like I wasn't even ready to sit down and fold my hands or maybe look for who would help me. Even when I was in school, my husband died, like I count about 5 people that I was like, okay, anyhow, these people, they will help me. You understand? Like, that was what I had in mind. But then I never dwelled on it. You understand? Like waiting for them to lend that helping hand, of which it never happened. You understand? One, I still remember one, still they pay me like one. Like I never imagined that he would turn his back till date. You understand? So at the end of the day, but he never came through. But if I had folded my hands and waiting for them to help me, what would have happened to my children? You understand? Then again, why I said we should smart is, immediately I came back to Senegal, we had AC in my sitting room. I had to remove it and sell it because here in Senegal, light bill is very expensive. You understand? When things changes, try to make sure you change with the situation. I had to
Thank
sell it
you.
off because I wanted the light
Thank
bills to
you.
reduce. I set my house help away because that was another monthly payment. My children, they go to school with biscuit and juice, and I had to reduce it to only biscuits. And at some point, even if they try to complain, I try to explain to them like that is not here. Mommy is just trying. Let's adjust one day. And thank God they understood. And when you give them food, you be like, don't you know that some people can't find this food to eat, and you're here. Mommy is even trying to give you food. My children now, they eat every food I give to them from A to Z. It's not my doing though, it's God. But at the end of the day, if you are wise and you are smart, you are able to adjust to that situation. Don't still hang your hands there. Your husband used to be rich, and your husband used to. At the end of the day, that money, if you think he left money in the account, give it 1 year. You will see the money again.
6 months. 6 months.
You understand? So when I heard I was described as that woman that hid money after they buried her husband, I was like, and this money never finish. This money never finish. I pay house rent 1 year, 3 years, pay shop rent, pay school fees for 5 children, and we pay every month. That money never still finish. How much you get? Where the money no even save and save? Why you can't die? So people don't think with their head. So I'm not praying for anybody to experience such a thing, but at the end of the day, let's always prepare ourselves. And if such thing happens suddenly, make sure you are able to stand up on your feet, manage yourself.
Yes.
And if you are able to do it, if any other thing comes in, see it as an extra.
Yes.
I am telling you, like whatever anyone gives to me now is an extra. But at the end of the day, I was like, okay, thank God I'm able to do this. Or maybe a person that comes to my side and the money comes in. I thank God. But at the end of the day, I make sure that let me be able to do this, even if such thing never happened.
Yeah.
So whoever that is listening to us, I am a perfect example of widow, like Konkwan. Understand? But at the end of the day, I never let it define me. Like to me, I feel like I just want to change the narrative of widowhood. Like where a woman will come, you will subject yourself to poverty, like look so tattered. I cannot throw away my hairpieces on my lipstick because I'm a widow. It's not possible. Understand? If you want, you can address it like she do. If I look at a man too will look at me. You are free to admire me. You understand? But you are there trying to think of what people will say. You will throw away your pencil so that they will not say looking for a man. Let them say, because people would always have something to say. And people who are around you that have been envious of you or just of you, now they will now say, the other man is there. Let me see her shake body again. Prove them wrong that your husband is dead and you're not dead. Let me rest my case here. Ladies, if you have any more thing, I think this topic we still have to come to it later on. We cannot finish this topic today because we still have so many advices to give to women who are currently in this situation. Oh, are you there? Let's
Yeah, I'm
round
here.
up.
I'm here. Thank you so much, Constance, for bringing this topic. Like we said here, we haven't exhausted this particular topic. So we look forward to bringing it up again in any form or in any shape. We are still going to talk about it. And why is it so important to us is that we have one of us who is a typical example of what it should be, how widows should look, how widowhood should appear. Okay? And my mother said this many years ago. That I think when my mother was a widow, Constance was not born yet. Okay, and what she's experienced at that time when Constance, they never even start to form Constance, right? Constance is
My parents
experienced.
never even married.
So you can understand it. It's still the same measure. Nothing has changed. So they are still experiencing the same thing. So don't say because she looks beautiful, she doesn't need help. She might need an emotional a hug.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
hug might solve her
But
problem.
she said she like her well, so she go they need them.
She might need somebody
And they
to
pity
call her
am.
and say, "How are you doing today?
Mm-hmm.
I just want you to smile. Say some funny jokes, let her smile." That's a way of making that person's life longer.
Mm.
Please, let's lend in helping her. When we see a widow, Nikki has a lot of them in her team that she's assisting. We give kudos to Nikki for
Very,
that.
very young. I mean, nobody's even up to 40.
You can understand.
Nobody's up to 40. I
You
don't
can
understand.
understand. So, whoever that is watching us, thank you so much, Joseph, for being here. We appreciate you. Joseph is watching from Facebook. You can also reach Constance on the same name you're seeing on her stream, Constance Space. She's big on YouTube. You can reach her there as well. And for everybody watching from Constance Space, your cheerleader, your CEO, your madam, no matter what, she's shining. We thank God for her. She is real definition of what widowhood is. But that does not mean if you're led in the spirit, let's get spiritual, okay? If you're led in the spirit, ask for way to help Constance. Okay? That's just it. And if you're watching from Nikki as well, please wait to encourage this beautiful lady that is with us here. Way to encourage her. It could just be a talk. It could just be a big hug. It could just be write something to her that will cheer her up. If she's coming to her Facebook page, she will read that and smile.
Yeah.
And if you're led, if you have financial ability of helping her, reach out. Okay, reach out because we need her to continue in this way. She has defined, or rather redefined, widowhood, and we believe that's how women should look or women should behave. Let us not wait until we carry the mud and cover our face. That's when it's obvious that we need help. We need help even when we are slaying. Mhm. We still need help. So thank you, Constance, for sharing your story with us. We appreciate you. We wish you nothing but the best. And for every widow out there that maybe in one way you're going to come across this video, please be encouraged by this beautiful young woman's story. Be encouraged. Be smart enough. Pick one or two cents from what she said today and strengthen yourself. Encourage yourself. If she can stand on her feet right now with 5 children, yes, you can with your 2 kids. Yes, you can with your 4 children. That should not define you. That should not be the end of life for you. So I'll be leaving it here and let my other co-host as well say something.
Okay, ladies, let me quickly say something so that I can carry my wala go. But this my voice sexy shout. Hey God. Like say make it just stay
We
there.
love it.
We'll get the migraine work. So anyways, Oyo have said it all. Oyo have said it all. See, it gives me joy when I see ladies that are really strong. We're not saying that you should be strong so that you start intimidating anybody or start feeling like a man of the house or things like that. Just be strong. You need it. You need to be strong. See, if and like I don't know, before, yes, when somebody comes to me as a lady, you're telling me your stories, you're doing, my God, you're crying, giving me crying emoji, all the time, every type of crying emoji, I'll feel pity for you. All right, I'll say before, but I think me probably after what I faced and seeing myself now doing it on my own and all that, if anybody comes to me that way, I don't feel pity for you anymore. I'm like, come on, you can do this. Why are you limiting yourself to this, that feeling like you can, meanwhile you can? You understand? So I don't even feel pity for anybody like that again. All I want you to do is, I know I can do this. I know it's just a sudden thing that just before me, and at this point in time, no help is coming from anywhere. But I know at the end of the day, I'll be able to stand my ground. I'll be able to take care of my kids, and especially when you have kids. I remember when I was still in my father's house. See, I know fit dey this house now. I
Well,
dey now only me.
madam Begwa.
You understand? I cannot be in this house alone
Hello.
because once the whole light is off, I'll be scared. I'll be afraid. You understand? But Now that I have kids, if I can't dey fear, who go take care of my children? Because when they fear, I mean, they look up on they'll be looking at me now. They'll be looking at mommy, because mommy is going to be their savior. Mommy will be the one to save them. You understand? So when you have kids, just mind you, you have a huge responsibility. So you all need to buckle up. Pity, no, they help anybody. Everybody have problems. Everybody have issues. Widowhood is not like I would say, it's not like you can't compare a widow with a divorcee. In as much as you can classify them as a single mom, single mothers, they're in the same class, but they are not the same. Because those people, what you're going through is not what these people are going through. You're going through, you're only thinking of what this man have done to you, blah blah blah, and all that. But no family member is there, like doing a whole lot of things to you. In as much as, even if they are doing something, no concern, that one concern, and then Sabina, then it's not my problem. But this one now is that you're mourning a man that this man really loves you, was taking good care of you and all that, and all of a sudden all those care, everything just disappear. And at the end of the day, you can't even see this man again. I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago that Costa was telling me that she was just, I think yesterday when I was going to my training, yeah, she was like that she's just missing her husband now. I say, what's up? What did you remember? She was like, that she's sitting in the toilet, how two of them used to gist and things like that. She was just like, I say, auntie, just take it off your mind. You understand? Because I understand. This is somebody, both of you used to rapport. Both of you used to imagine the kind of people that can go out, hold hands, hand to hand, talking to each other, and all of a sudden you see that this thing can never happen again. The pain is too much. With the pain, knowing that he's no longer there to support you, he's no longer there to do anything for you, with the family pressure, everything. So it's not the same as, I can't even compare myself with the Constance. I can't compare myself with him, because my mom be saying, when I remember my own, I will be like, I bet made this song work out, come out, another. I will not start crying. You understand now? But when she remembers her own, she might start crying. But if I remember my own, I won't start crying, because the only way I can cry is to remember what happened. You get? So it's not the same. So the only thing I can say is, please, ladies, nobody knows when it will happen. Nobody's praying for it to happen. Nobody knows if it's ever going to happen. Nobody knows anything. I talked about my friend. She was in her house. She ate her food with her husband. The husband went out at night. She went to bed with her kids. The next morning, 5 o'clock, they knock at the door. What happened? We saw your man lying down out there. Did she plan for it? No. Did she know it was going to happen? No. So it's more like, just get yourself prepared at any point in time. Get yourself prepared at any point in time. Stop this attitude of, somebody tell you something, please do that. God forbid, though. Are you praying for my husband to die? God forbid. Excuse me. Nobody's praying for anybody to die. Nobody's praying for anybody to die. All we're saying here is that anything can happen at any time. If we all have the power to hold people not to die, or more, my pastor is not going to die today. She don't understand. My partner go die. I did not talk about my mother here, because all of us were all grown up. Who be that one? May come now. Me personally, I go break your leg. They fear. You understand? We are all grown up. So think about if those people were still kids before anything happened, because that is only when they have this time to humiliate their mother. So please, ladies, please buckle up. Let's stop all this pity. If you carry cry emoji, come my inbox. Consign me. I go look, I go pass. I won't pity you. Just sit up. Sit up. Don't let them call you that widow. They shouldn't call you the widow. They can call you a flexing widow. They can call you sexy widow. They can call you whatever widow. But sit up, dress fine, makeup, put your makeup, put your red lipstick, wear your high heel, go to church, come back. Your man is happy where he is. He's looking at you. He's looking at you saying, oh, my woman is not even suffering. Oh, she's fine. No matter what is going on, she's still happy. And she's very strong for the kids. Your kids cannot withstand you looking at you every time. Mommy is crying, mommy. One day that child might fall sick. You don't know why that child falls sick. You will know it's because of you. Make them to understand that, see, no matter what happens in life, life goes on. Life goes on. Try your best. If they like, they can be outside talking, saying all kind of things about you. Oh, she's living fine. And only God know how much the husband drove for them. They are wishing you well. They are wishing you well. They are not like that saying, God forbid, now wow, this man no try you. Hey, now wow, all the whole life, what the whole enjoyment they do. The man not even drop any pepper for her. Now, wow, no. They should be saying, hey, now only God, this man drop better. Only God know how much she has in her account though. You see her every day she's wearing this one now. Every time she go wear better gown, she go find fine gown, wear gown, drive her car, come out, her kids are looking good. What do you want people to be saying? They'll be saying, this man really planned well for those people though. Even if it not drop a penny for them, but they are saying that thing. You get.
Yeah.
So pepper them, forget it. Anybody that will help you will help you. See, the old man we're talking about, see, widow, now God be their husband. And he's doing his own thing secretly. You don't know where it's coming from. So let me not talk too much. Me sef wey get headache, wey get migraine. I go say I go talk small, 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 small before you know wetin dey happen. My voice don loud. So please, let me just mind my business. My own is that my people, you're watching me from here, from Facebook, everywhere. If you're coming to me, even if you're a widow, come to me straightforward. I'm a widow. This one happened. And don't come and start giving me crying emoji. You have cried enough. That one way you cry when your husband died, don't do. You don't need any cry for anything again. It's time for you to act now. Stand up, do what you have to do. Your kids are there. Come on now. They are there. If you cry, you before you know what is happening, you start remembering everything. How the man used to be this one, and the next thing now you won't even do anything again. Everything is still lying down there for you, and you're the one to do all of them. Nobody's there to do it for you. So please, if you haven't really learned anything seriously, Constance is one big example. I went to Senegal. I saw what this lady was doing. Me, I just there for one side. I say with this hotness where they here. Hey, God. I know that strong, go. I know that strong, but I know if I was to be there, you give me more strength because the one I have, the one I'm managing here with the cold weather here, I don't think I can use it in that place with 5 children. It's too much. But at the end of the day, is she not doing it? When you see her, are you seeing tattered kids? Are you seeing kids that are not feeding well? She's doing it. So please, if most of you here, if you need, I have, in fact, ladies, let me sleep. My head is aching. Is well, is well. Let me
God,
sleep.
that's your case.
You've tried. I didn't even expect you to stay this long.
See me. As I did so now like this, I can't weak me. Hey God. Hi. Hey Father Lord.
And you're even hitting the head again, God. Australia, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Australia, welcome, please.
Madam Mio, I was caught up in a terrible traffic and I don't have charger with me and it was a mess. Immediately I came in, I have to rush and charge. Before I could even know it, I thank God you people are still there.
We are about to leave. You say you're still there. Bye bye. Be cool. Take care of yourself.
Yes, now.
At least you
At
got
least
the last part.
I've just listened to you. You've stayed a lot. Okay. So even if you are cutting off now, it's okay.
Okay, let me cut off because I'm not myself. And I don't get to say
Nikki,
you
So
got
sorry.
the
so you
eh?
need
So sorry,
to
Nikki. So
yeah,
I'm so sorry for
Well, let me
being
tell you
late.
the truth. So the truth is that what I need now is cuddling, but I don't get cuddling. Now everybody get cuddling
Go
machine.
bottle your
He
pillow. Go
don't
carry
happen,
teddy
oh.
bear.
Ọmọ di ọ̀nà gbọ̀nsán. He don't shell, oh.
Go carry teddy bear.
Program here is no longer here. Have
It's just
program
for
Come,
the
Oyoyo.
migraine.
We
Yeah.
were busy. Shabi, we were busy asking for this. Asking her since. Go and get somebody
It's
to
just for
help
the
you.
migraine,
Oh.
only for the migraine, nothing more.
So you want to migrate. Oh.
For the
She
migraine.
migrate. She
Right.
migrate.
I'm vexing you.
So my co-host that I just have a little thing to chip in since I wasn't there all this while you guys have been talking. Actually, a widow is not something they joke about. My mother was once a victim of this. Okay, and it wasn't easy. Just like Nikki was saying it was not easy at all because when I'm looking at her, whenever she's in a moody way, I cry along with her, even in my heart. She doesn't know. So most of the times, my mother doesn't allow us to notice that she's up and doing. She do everything with. In fact, that woman is very strong. And I can even know what Constance is going through. It's not easy. See, we that left our marriage, we that divorced, is never anywhere close to the same thing she's going through. No. My own is that I am still seeing the person I'm quarreling with. I can still throw thunder, fire you there, useless man, or there. Yes, I dey see him, they throw the other. You understand? Anytime he passed, if I like, just like the other time I told you people, I can use my car and run against him. We run the running, and still, it's even better I'm seeing you than you are no longer in existence. There is still a chance. If you were good to me, if I want to come back to you, it's for me to work towards it. There is a chance for me. There is still a chance. Once there is life, there is hope. Every single morning, even if you're married, every single morning I will just dress up, make up, go to your shop. They in date and we will be fighting it. One day your friends will call you and say, please, this woman have children. You guys should settle this. You are matured. You understand? If I give you this headache 2-3 times, that is if it's a bed of roses. So, because if it's this dollar can dollar, what did I want go fight for? What did I want go fight for? And the since is like that, I don't think I have any problem because he's still taking care of the kids. I'm okay. I'm good. If children are okay, see what ex-woman's heart is when your children is not surviving it. You will be like, you will be running teeth and neck. But when they are using Liberty Jeep, Range Rover Sports to take them to school, bring them back, they don't let their feet reach ground. Then normal, you they marry me well. Come out. I want to enjoy my life. Allow me to enjoy myself. Because if I am even there, you don't want to even give a damn fucking. So I love myself that much to give myself a meaning. I love to make a meaning to myself because my children is also making a meaning. And they are not complaining. They are nice. They are good. Anytime you call them on phone, they will say, Mommy, I'm fine. I'm good. That gives me more strength. Okay? That everything is fine. Don't try to, think anything. These children are matured up there. They see what is going on. If you're telling them that you want to remarry, they will tell you, if that will make you happy, go ahead. To be frank with you, my daddy is not trying. That is a very big difference. That is a very big difference from what Constance is going through. Supposing that man, even if he's that bullying, we are into that bullying marriage, into that state, and he happens to give up. Hey, I will call him back. Oh, come, may we just the manage him. Oh, if na fight, may we dey fight. Oh, come, even if na my head he go put for toilet, put time. I know mine. Even if you go to bombast me every day. In fact, mess, I will be appreciating you. Anytime you mess, I will say, Odogu, Ekaleka.
Tonya, 1 second. Nnamdi Kanu has been discharged and acquitted.
Yes, I had it today.
Yeah, he's been discharged and acquitted. Not just discharged, acquitted. So no crime against him.
I have it today.
Let me rest. That's my own.
So why did you say what of Anambra State this issue of every Monday you sit at home? They have already I don't think they can change it. They have adopted it.
He's going to now sue for compensations yourself for the number of times. So they will compensate him for if they was charged wrongly. If he was charged wrongly, based on that, they can get him some settlement.
Nigeria will divide very
good. That's good. Wow.
If they have leave this man, that means this Biafra will soon come. Because they are tired already.
Make you not come, I beg.
Mel still wants us. Mel,
make you not come.
She wants
make you not come because when I say people like people the first I say man I live at my waiting I want talk I'm not gonna talk for everybody to hear. Okay, if they want me they call me for meeting then I go tell them why I say make you not come but make you not come. Okay, Monkey not gonna walk Babu go the chop. Okay.
Okay.
So anyway, all of us.
Sorry for distracting the topic. We are still.
It was a good one.
on widowhood. Like I said before, widows, if you happen to know any widow around you, encourage that widow, no matter how little.
But oh, let me even ask, what makes men to die first? Because most of the widows I know is women.
No, women die first too. There is nobody. You
Yeah,
can't
there's no statistic that says
because
men.
they remarry immediately, you not know they were
yeah.
widowed.
But for a man, I know of a guy
Yeah.
here. The wife died. The moment the wife died, even those coming to greet the man, they now say they were taking turns to sleep in the man's house. You understand? So this
Oh.
chick will come, clean, cook. The next week is another person. So before you know it, the man already has a girlfriend. Okay,
But Constance, you are a very strong lady.
she
You are
is.
very strong. It never showed on you. You never even give a space for that.
Yeah,
It never showed.
you know what? One thing Constance learned. She says she learned from her mother, so she started on time to understand
Oh, me
things.
myself as I am, like I just told you people, even though I am in a very mess marriage, I wouldn't want my spouse to die. If
Nobody
if
prays for
if
that.
if, if that
Nobody wants.
happens,
Yeah, nobody
Nobody.
prays for that. Widowhood
if
does not
if
say,
if
Nobody at
if,
okay,
if,
all.
if
it's
that
your
happens,
turn today.
let
It's
me
gonna
let me
happen.
even tell you, if that happens, God, some people don't survive it. I swear,
Yeah,
some
some
people don't
don't.
survive it.
Let me
Yeah.
even, based on what you said.
I've seen some families
Yeah,
that died after 1 week, the other one died.
yeah, I
I've
know of
seen
a
it.
family. My mother, them family friend, the husband died. My I think my father died before that man. So because they were the ones
And
that
the worst of it all is when you are rapporting together. You and the man is good.
you
That
can
is
still be
crazy.
good. I believe God has a reason and purpose for everything. Okay, that
Yeah.
man died 3 months after the mother followed him. But do you know what my mother said? My mother said, "No, Japan is not my turn. You can
Uh,
use your mouth and speak what you want."
yes,
Very true.
yes, yes.
As people were dying, my mother said, "No, with these 8 children, who will I leave them for? Speak your truth." Oh,
I,
because
I was
sorry,
very close to my husband. Like I was extremely close with my,
sorry,
like,
ladies.
people thought I would survive it. People were wondering how I was going to cope. I was extremely close with my husband. Like at that point, I was just thinking like how me 31, like what am I going to do? But at the end of the day, I felt like he died. I didn't die. And when you're not looking at the children he left behind, you understand? That should give you the strength you need. Like these children have to
So
survive.
stand for them. Yes,
Yeah.
because you would think what would have been their future if you leave also. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so
So that was
sorry,
it.
Queen. Thank God you're making it with yourself. Thank God you never look like what you've seen. Thank God. I really adore that. It's not easy. You are muted.
Sorry,
You
guys.
are muted.
I ran to the door because she just came back from school.
Okay.
Welcome.
So, Constance, you'll be rounding up, right? So,
Yeah.
Mel, are you still here? So you can chip in one or two before we round up. I don't
She
think Mel.
even she's
Hey,
not here.
hello.
Maybe she's far away from here.
Yeah. Okay.
Mel.
Okay, so ela pigin. Tu patera su pigin mesa. Mommy. This is my madam. Sorry.
It is there looking it ends on looking at her.
Voila. All right. So yes, you people already said it all. Okay, I don't even have much to say. But one thing I really want to stress, because, like Oyoyo said, comparing from when Oyoyo's mom, Constance's mom, lost their husband till now, nothing has really changed. It's not as if they're treating widows better, and people are giving them, like whatever their, let's say, the husbands leaves for them. The families or relatives or people don't get involved. The name calling, if the woman is looking good, oh, maybe there's old man sponsoring somewhere, or she can aside all the whole money that the husband left. Pig in a mesa. Pig in a mesa.
Even the name calling is also very, very annoying that when your husband dies,
Exactly.
people see you as an available community, an available person, someone
Yeah,
who's always
to shoot
available
their
after the
shot. Yeah.
man.
Every
You know,
Dick,
it
Tom,
was
and
so
Harry will shoot
annoying
their
when I
shot.
went for my husband's burial. An electrician, village electrician, that I called to come and connect light was texting me, "I love you." I said, no be your fault.
Of
And
course, he will
village
tell you that he wants to
electrician,
help you. Now he's trying to help you. That's what you will hear.
you
I'm
know,
trying to even
they
help
see
this
that
one.
once you are a widow, like you should be available.
Yes,
If you see the
like you
man,
shouldn't even have
I said,
a
even you to
choice. You
get
shouldn't
mind,
have a
even
choice.
you too. Oh no.
That's just what it is. So my advice to people or women of this day says nobody knows. Nobody's praying for it. Nobody's wishing for it. But you just have to have it at the back of your mind that you're not God, so you don't know what will happen the next minute. As you go to bed, waking up is not guaranteed for everybody. It's by the grace and mercy of God that we all wake up the next day.
Yes,
So
yes.
always prepare your mind and know that sitting down, folding your hands, and crying and crying and crying will not solve any matter.
Solve
Mostly
anything.
when you have kids, they're not going to eat that cry that you're crying. All the cry you cry will not bring that man back from the grave. You have to sit up and start doing something. If you do not have the income, we can use the case of Uju, right? That Choice TV is able to raise up to 1 million for her. Some persons are not that lucky because I would say, okay, Uju's been suffering for some months now. I don't know, it's up to a year, right?
More than a
Uh,
year. More than a
it's
year.
more than a year, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, so but now there's someone, so now we see that our society is kind of changing in the sense that if you're going through something like this, you can actually come on social media, but before you do so, have this plan. So in case somebody asks you, if I give you 500,000, what can what can you do with it? You won't start doing um 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 if you went to school and you want to look for white collar job, good. But even if you have those certificates, also have one or two handwork, something, know how to do something with your hand. Because at the end of the day, before you start moving around with your certificate, you're not the only person that has that certificate. You're not the only person that graduated from a university with, let's say, first class in any listen, so a lot of people are looking for a job and knowing fully well that in our society, connection, talking about Nigeria, African, connection is what works. Even, you can see somebody that came out with third class is getting job in Chevron, Shell. Even you that came out with first class, you're still roaming the streets with your certificate. So have something to do with your hand. Have a handwork, something you can quickly do. So if someone says, okay, this one says I'm giving you 100, that person says I'm giving you 50K, you will be able to start up something that will sustain you and those children up until you can now decide on when you get that white collar job. I wouldn't even still advise that you quit that handwork, because if you really check some handwork, you will even earn more, because we're talking about people getting stuff from you on a daily basis. And if you get a whole lot of clients, that will bring you even more. So gone are the days where we feel like certificate is everything, because at the end of the day, some persons that are working with their hands, they are making more money. And I know, for example, my friends that were baking when they were in school, it got to a point where she was charging all 500K, even then, for today 500K might be so, but 500K as a university student, for cake that she was baking for people. Then I had another one that she was into decoration and she was charging over 1 million. And we were all in university. Babe, they come school with big bag like this with bundle of money. You get. So have that handwork. Not even some people that are working in white collar job were earning that kind of money that these girls were earning. So tomorrow, if you see them driving big cars or whatnot, you will say, maybe one man they that sponsor them, but that's their handwork. So have something doing with your hands, because nobody knows. Tomorrow is not guaranteed for anybody. That's what I would advise. And I also want to add that if you're hearing our voice and you're not following Constance, you should follow Constance. And I feel like one video that I always, whenever I talk about her, that I always reference to is the video that she talked about, a day in the life of a widow in Senegal, where she was on a bike with how many children going up and now picking and dropping and all of that. Like, even if you're a woman with a husband, with a family, with everything, sometimes you might just feel like, I'm tired, I don't even want to do anymore. By the time you watch videos like that, like, if this lady is doing it without a husband, why am I even complaining? Why am I even complaining? You understand? Like, seeing the kind of videos that she has on her channel, you guys go check it out and you be the judge. Okay, let not be like, we're just saying it. Go to her channel and watch these videos and see how this lady is working hard, how she will come back late and she's baking cake, she's cooking for events, she's going to the shop, climbing up, cleaning spare parts and all of that, so if she's doing it, then you can also do it. Prepare yourself. Nobody's wishing anybody bad, but anything can happen at any point. Let it be that at least, as Constance said, you're smart enough to know that if everything is taken away from you, you will be able to start from the scratch, and your children will survive. They're not going to starve. They're not going to look tattered, okay, just because your husband is no longer alive. Okay, let them talk. It's better that they say you're looking flashy, you're spending all the money he left, than for them to say, sit down one, and see as they look like mad woman for street. It's better that they call you that than the latter. So that's what I would say. And may God help us all. And kudos to you, Constance.
Amen.
The Lord is your strength. I don't know how you're doing it, and when I see you doing it, I look at myself and I beat my chest and I say, if this woman doesn't have a husband, she's pushing this hard. I don't know if you're sitting down, like, stand up, start moving, like you cannot sit down and be saying, I don't tire. Stand up. This woman has 5 kids.
Wait till you don't do that. You're tired.
I said, well, stand up, keep moving. So yes.
All right,
Thank you so
Constant,
much,
before you
ma'am.
round up, I want to ask what's it, Ezewani, question. Because Ezewani, is it the baby that you have at the back of you?
That's all right. I want to tell you actually do
No, is it the baby? I'm saying, is it the baby? It's my children that will know the name, so.
Decorate my wall. I like all these fairy tales. In fact, I'm a cartoon person.
I'm right. You see, she likes fairy tales. Ezewani. And then Ezewani is the queen mother. Queen mother.
When you said it's a why, I was thinking of, in Nigerian movie, they should be like the Mami Water and it is like that.
That's the one I mean. Queen mother.
Mbido kita ona ncha gbafusia. Bakwa amaka na.
No, seriously, do you know all this while she came in? I believe that I was like, but she has a baby girl with her.
Yeah. I've been looking at it.
So you mean you forgot yourself totally? You start looking at this thing.
Yes, I was. I was saying that. I said, wait. I looked again. I said, is it not those dolls my children will be singing their names? Say, this woman waiting.
They want to be a baby girl for life.
I like it so much. I don't know me. I like him.
That's the one.
Don't worry. I'm going with a Scooby Dooby Doo. Scooby.
Baby shark.
Baby shark. All of them. Honestly, you see, Constance, you see, Tonya is still a baby. You can understand it. Some people don't outgrow that princess age, and she's still one of them. Oh, here in Oyibo land, they collect the dolls. When I mean collect them, those big dolls. All of them.
Okay, see part of them here.
You see? Her job is very long.
see my little dog.
Thank you for being here.
Onye joy pani ma gwa pani gwam. Chalo no ke fo ne anu no ke chọrọ ịfụ ha nta. Na ha. O nwekwalụ ndị nke na-ebe ndị nke a bụ efel kọpụ bụcha aka ọkpa nya nkịta ha nọcha n'enu.
Are you seeing this woman? Today you have a baby, you have a girl amongst your children, right?
Yes, just one.
Oh, imagine just one. You wanted
yes.
And
Eh?
you did not leave all these things for your daughter.
Like seriously, it's a room filled up.
Then why are you
She has
still
it.
carrying it on?
Because I like it.
Are you
Baby
serious?
girl.
Obanje.
A na-agwa m aka o. Ọ gwa under 16 ka mba makwa m ihe unu na-akọ na.
Obanje. Jeez. Ruth, welcome. We are running up our show, so we are
Achọ m
getting
ike aka. Achọ m ike aka na
You're welcome, Ruth.
Welcome, Ruth. Thank you
Ever
so
young.
much.
It's ever young.
You
Tonya,
know,
Tonya doesn't want to be old.
let me crack you guys up. You know, if you were in my house, my husband will let you buy dolls for the daughter, but they must be dark-skinned dolls.
dark skin.
Oh.
You can never see any other color of doll in my house unless it's with dark-skinned girls.
Why?
What?
Yeah,
What
he
if it's
wants
a
something
gift?
that looks like them.
What if it's a gift?
No. If it's a gift, we'll tell. She will even if you open the gift and he was there, he will tell the giver, "Oh my God, thank you for your effort and buying, but sincerely, I don't want this kind of gift for my kid."
But why?
Wow.
No, Mel understands the reason why.
It's something that we need to, because
Yeah, we
mostly
need
when
to.
you're living in a place where
Yeah,
there's so much going on, you really need to teach
you need
from
to make that
a
definition
very
for
young
your
age.
kid.
Yes, let them love themselves and all of that.
Yeah. So seeing those with blonde hair, say, "Chai, Tonya, where's the one you?"
Oh, is it this one?
No,
Yeah, this is just a sticker.
I know it's a sticker. Yes, I know. But it simply define our Tonya that she is full-time as a one. And she's not here to respect.
Nna anakwa m agwa nnukwu nwa mmiri ka m wuo anakwa
I
agba ya
know.
dụrụ.
I know. Pastor, please round us up, oh, please.
Thank you so much,
Agwa
everyone.
nnukwu nwa mmiri ka m wuo na-agba ya dụrụ.
I have an idea. Thank you so much, Tonya. Oyoyo, you guys are wonderful. Thanks for being with me to this time. Thanks for your contributions, your
Maka ndị
words
isi
of
ugogbe anya wele enyo ma
encouragement,
iteji.
your
Maka ndị isi
prayers.
ugogbe anya wele enyo ma iteji.
Well appreciated. Thank you so much. Thank you. See you guys again, same time next week. All right, guys.
Thank you, guys. Stay blessed. And please don't forget to visit Constance Space. You can reach her on Facebook.
I miss you all.
YouTube,
I wish
Space.
Nikki is nearby to hear these jokes you people crack
Share
now.
her videos. Share her videos. Tell her stories. If you're on Facebook, please give her stars. You can also do
yes. So all right, keep popping out the stars.
Do thanks on this video to encourage her. She is a wonderful widow with 5 children, and she is thriving.
And we give her all the
videos that is going to motivate you. Just don't waste your data in watching a video. After watching the video, you don't even know what you got from watching a long video. Go on our channel bench, watch videos that is going to motivate you, that you tell yourself, if this lady can do this with all the whole situation going on, then I shouldn't be complaining.
She's starting off her life.
So
when we finish this stream, go back to your studio and share your video. Share your video.
He's taking the style to tell you that it's over now. Is the meeting not over?
Share the day in the life of a widow or your community as well.
All right. Thank you so much, Nemuzo Onwadia.
Nemuzo, thank you so much, darling.
See you guys same time next week. Peace out.
Peace out.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, ladies.
Bye, everyone.